I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy body full of tats.
So that's always good. All right, let's do what we can here, boys. Once again, we'll do Happy St. Patrick's Day, so we can finally drink our fucking beer since we're done eating with our
We've been babying these.
awesome pastrami sandwiches we had out there. See, look, I'm going to scooch back and get my microphone over here in my fucking face. There we go.
Yeah, that's good.
Pollen-free beer, which is what we didn't have a few seconds ago, guys.
No.
No. All right. Hold on, I'm going to see if I can't get an angle that I like on this fucking thing. I think that's good. That's more of an angle I want. Until the fact it just loosened on me. You know, we're trying to get rolling here, and technology just being technology. Okay, guys. So we're on, second time ever being on location. First time was over at Chadow's house on New Year's Eve, but it's St. Paddy's Day, next holiday in the line, basically. So we are here at B52 Brewing Brewery.
Yeah, you assholes got me up and out way too early today.
Shut up. You're normally up at 12. Just you weren't normally out of the house.
Yeah, I was out of the house and in the car in like 15 minutes.
Well, on days that we don't need you to be early, you show up at like 11. There's like some crud right up in this. I can see just a big old hunk of crud right in the middle of that slider. Had to bust out the air later. You still working on your sandwich over there, Heffy?
Yep. Slowly.
Excellent. So, but the pastrami's pretty damn good.
It's good. Good smoked pastrami's.
Words hard.
Fuck.
See, when it's that loud, you hear the fuck. That's funny. But, yeah, so good barbecue, but we decided to go ahead and get some more Irisher drinks.
Oh, yeah.
And we are actually in the
more
tap house.
Irish. It's green.
Yeah, we were outside, but we learned pretty quickly that wasn't going to work out for us. Unfortunate. So
yeah, we were losing the shade. We were fighting pollen.
yeah, literally, as soon as the breeze was great.
Pollenocalypse.
Yeah, we were sitting directly under trees that dropping their jizz on us, or as I like to call it, indiscriminate tree bukkake. That is the season we currently are in, the pollening.
The pollening is happening.
Which is why my past 4 days up in Maryland was great, because it's not spring there yet.
It was like cold still.
It was still like reasonably cold. The highs were in like the 50s.
Oh yeah, nice.
It was cloudy as fuck. Of course, the day I leave, the weather gets fucking nice. Like the evening that I was headed back to my hotel before I had to go to bed, like all the clouds parted. It was like a gorgeous evening, and all I wanted to do was sleep. So it is what it is. I
wonder why.
Well, I'll definitely be telling the tales of my my journey to the Northeast here in a little bit. But first, I want to go ahead and welcome you guys back to the Now You Made It Awkward podcast. Technically speaking, episode 136, because the episode I filmed this weekend did not have a number, so I'll slot it in wherever. So we'll see what happens about that. So 136 and 137 are basically on top of each other. So it is what it is. That might be an extra episode that I just throw out there that I did with Dante and Louie up there. So I am Shoky. You can follow me at all the Shoky-related links down below, including the Shoky Reviews channel, Shoky Reviews 2, or the Doesn't Have to Make Sense live stream channel if you're remotely interested. And, of course, make sure you do the like and subscribe thing to this here channel. And if you want to, go ahead and check out the Rumble. You know, we're getting subscribers. We're getting some views. There are some episodes that, for some reason, have no views, even weeks on.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. They just have 0 views. It's fucking strange. But, of course, guys, if you want to get the full uncut video, well, not of this one, but of most of our podcasts, you can do that at the Shoky Reviews Patreon for as little as $5 a month. And apologies for any background noise. We are in a busy bar. Well, actually, it's a pretty slow bar at the moment, but it might be very busy.
It's very slow for this brewery.
Yes. So because it's no longer spring break, odds are it's not going to be that many people here. You having fun over there, Chad?
Yes, I am.
Chad's playing with his microphone stand, trying to figure out the best place.
Hello.
Work it.
There you go.
Yeah,
Work it, boy.
But, of course, with me here today, who's obviously grounded and grumpy today, we do have the Heffy.
Hey, smoked pastrami, good.
Yes. Smoked pastrami, good. Green beer, okay.
Sadly, it is okay.
Yes. And we can follow him on the Instagrams over at the Grounded and
Grounded and Grumpy. Eventually, YouTube stuff, Grounded and Grumpy.
Someday, when he figures it out. And then, of course, the proprietor of C4 Graphics, who helped me out today with some graphics.
Yes, sir.
Customizing the portable box. We do have Chado.
How's it going?
Yay. And you can, by all means, go hit him up for things related to printing and or vinyls and other such things. So I'm making tiny adjustments while I'm doing this. Oh, wait, I want to turn that up ever so slow. Oop, that's too much. It's never 1%. It's 18% every time I move a little dial. I hear way more background noise now, but that's okay. But I can hear better. Like I couldn't hear myself. So, all right. Either way, guys. And of course, if you do want to contact the show, you can do so where?
At NowYouMadeItAwkwardMail at gmail.com. You can also follow us on our Facebook page and leave us a text message via the messenger, or as our buddy Sean does, a voice message.
Indeed. And we can do that right here in a second. I'm not used to doing it on the remote thing, but hey, I remembered the headphones this time.
Hey, excellent.
All right, so what do you got for us this week, Shauno?
Question for the pod. Hey, what's something you do that annoys your wife? Apparently mine's breathing, because every time I'm around her, I'm annoying her. So what's y'all's?
Breathing is usually a big thing. But there's something I like to do that really annoys Jessica. And you guys may or may not have seen it in some of the last gatherings, where she'll start yawning. What?
Hand her to the check.
No. That did not annoy her. That caused my death. No. Whenever she yawns, I'll put my finger in her mouth.
I do that to my dogs.
Yeah.
They yawn real loud, and I put my whole hand in their mouth.
I like how you equated what I do to my wife to what you do to your dog.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't stick it in my mouth. My wife's mouth.
Well, you could stick it in your wife's mouth, but
She bite me.
ask first, or just wait till she's drunk. Then she gets all kinds of mouthy
So sticking your finger in your wife's mouth annoys the shit out of her.
when she's yawning. So she never gets a good yawn. I interrupt the yawn with it. I also tickle her sometimes, or I fake tickle her. Like, I don't have to actually do it. She's that ticklish.
Yeah.
I just make the motion near her, like her foot, and she'll freak the fuck out. But other than that, it's mostly my entire existence that annoys her.
Wait, Jeef annoys the shit out of her.
Well, G kept her company all week, so she can't say shit. Yeah, actually, just buying my nerd shit annoys her.
No, so everything you love.
Literally. But she did clean the house for the most part while I was gone, which meant moving my stuff around. So, I had to figure out where stuff went. First thing I did walking in the door was like, where's all my stuff? Second thing I did was go to sleep. All right, Heffy, what annoys your wife about you?
Arguing with her when I know I'm wrong and I continue to be adamantly opposed to her viewpoint. That infuriates her.
That's
Yeah.
pretty much all women, I think.
And the last time it happened, she got so mad she was almost crying.
Yeah.
But it was just, it became, okay, this is entertaining, to, wow, how far am I going to take this?
Yeah.
How far can I go till she absolutely wants to kill me?
So kind of gaslighting, but mostly in the you're wrong, but you're going to keep arguing like you're right.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's gaslighting argument, which I've done too. I've definitely gaslit the shit out of Jessica for a really, really long time.
Because it was making me laugh. It was making her dad laugh.
Yeah.
And she wanted to kill me.
So I'll let Chad go next, but I have an extra one that I just thought of. Go ahead.
No, she's not much a hugger. So, and of course, I'll hug her and embrace her and everything. She's like, ugh.
Really?
And of course, yeah.
I get
She just
hugs.
doesn't.
I get Heidi hugs.
Yeah, but they're not like,
Yeah,
They're
but
like sidearm.
Yes, but
Yeah.
she likes you.
yeah, she doesn't like me. Also, the fact that I asked her, you doing okay? I asked that a few more times and everything. She's like, stop asking me. I'm
Are
okay.
you mad?
Yes. Are you mad?
Yes. The default answer is yes. No, the other thing I do to Jessica that definitely makes her mad is I won't give her direct answers when I know she's asking a stupid question.
Oh, that's Amy in anything. That infuriates.
So when there's an obvious answer that she absolutely should know or things that she should remember, and I don't tell her, she gets mad.
Does your wife not give you binary answers when you're asking very direct questions?
Generally not, no.
Because I want to. It's a binary question, yes or no, and I get a story instead, and I stop giving a fuck at that point.
No, I just wanted a yes or a no.
Yeah, that's all I want.
I will say, like, when there's a thing that needs options, like where we going to dinner, stuff like that, yeah, there's definitely never a binary answer. It's like, I don't know, I'm hungry, you decide. And then I say, how about this? No. Okay, that's the only time you get a binary answer is whenever it's something.
When you decide.
Yeah. It's like, well, how about this? No. I was like, well, don't ask me if you didn't like my opinion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I decided
also.
that's where we're going.
Yeah. It's always saying, what do you expect? What do you want? I don't know. I mean, I'm asking you. I'm driving. What are y'all hungry for? Why are you putting it on me? I'm just asking you a
I'm
question.
300 pounds. Does it look like
Yeah.
I'm picky?
Yeah.
I did do the, we did do the digital wheel of options one night to choose our food destination.
There you go.
I
So
need to do that to make it easier.
it actually worked. I mean, like, you can't complain. The wheel decided.
Then there's gonna be like,
Then you're both like, no.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you both say no, then it makes sense. But if you both go, yes, cool, right? Can't be that mad at it, right? In my opinion. What do I know? I'm just a fat guy. Which was made very apparent every time I was on video this weekend. Oh, God. And Louis took a few pictures and a few videos for me because I had to be on camera. And, oh, my God, he just got the worst profile shot of me. It's like, look, I know I'm fat,
Yeah.
but that is so much fucking
Get rid of the fisheye lens.
Yeah. Like, there's no fisheye on me. Or it's the old joke. Yeah, the camera adds 10 pounds. Okay, how many cameras are on you? It looks like about 60.
All right, Monica.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. Well, Chandler said it. Wait, no, Joey said that, didn't he? To Monica?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, the fat Monica was funny back in the day. Oh, fucking A.
I'm actually rolling through that. I think I'm in season 6 again.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think season 4 was peak, probably.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. It's been a long time.
They're all funny.
Yeah. Been a long time since I've revisited Friends.
It's worth a revisit. It's good to have on in the background, goofing off. You don't really have to pay attention to it. You just listen.
Yeah. I just realized this isn't my microphone.
Yeah, that's my microphone.
Yeah, where's mine? Do you have it yet? Oh, never mind. No, it's not your microphone. That's right. These are the ones in the box. So, like, I'm so used to mine with the red tape on it, I
Right.
forgot. So this is the old white tape. So this was the fourth mic back in the day. That's why I was confused. I was like, wait a minute. These are all the new mics, except for this one. This is the only one that's been used before, effectively. So, because it's our first time using the full travel setup. So the only way to get even more travel setup is to buy an entirely separate board that is only for travel.
Yeah.
And I'm not dropping another $500 fucking dollars for one of these things, unless I catch it on sale again. That was a Christmas present to myself, basically.
No, those are great. That's exactly what you want.
Well, it's pretty much all I ever do is buy my own Christmas presents because it's just easier. Like, Jessica's like, what do you want? I was like, I don't really want much. I just buy whatever the fuck I want during the year anyways. So I was like, what do I need right now? Okay, this, and this. It's like, well, that's expensive. I was like,
Yeah.
then don't ask. It's like, this is why I buy all my own shit.
Yeah, the older you get, the more expensive your toys are.
Exactly.
Oh, she gets mad at me because I don't like giving frivolous gifts. I like giving you very utilitarian items, stuff you're going to use, something you're going to get a lot of use out of.
Right.
And she hates that for a gift.
So what does she want? Something pretty?
Yeah, just stupid shit. I'm like, fucking, here's money. Go away.
That's like Jessica and her nails. So she bought these really nice, like, just press-on nails that had this awesome, like, holographic effect to them. Fucking lasted a day.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the one popped
Yeah.
off, and she, no joke, took them off the next day. And I didn't realize because I only saw her a little bit before I went on my trip. So I was like, that was fucking pointless. It's like, how much did you spend on that?
Yeah.
She spends money so frivolously on shit that either is
We know.
temporary. Yeah, I know. But she either buys stuff that's temporary or she's not sure about it or she gets it wrong. There's still a glass screen protector for the wrong phone at our house because she got it for the S23.
Okay, here's
for
a
some
good
reason.
question. What's the worst gift your significant other has ever gotten you?
You talking about at any point?
Any point, yeah.
Any significant other? Shit, I'd have to really think back. Jessica gets me okay gifts when she's really thinking about it. But what did she get the last time that was weird? She bought me something I was just like, I mean, okay. It was almost like the Wayne's World gun rack situation.
Oh, cool.
Like, what am I going to do with this, you know? But I know, like, the first gift Jessica ever got me was very thoughtful, so I guess can't use that. But it was that Star Wars comic cover that's on the outside of the Nerd Cave. So that's the
Okay.
very first thing she ever really bought me as a gift. And that was random. Like, I think it was her and my mom. They went to, like, Michael's or some shit, and they got that. So, and I got home from work, and she's like, hey, I got something for you. I was like, yay, that's nice.
Shadow, what's the worst thing Heidi ever got you with your money?
Oh, I actually just thought of the worst thing.
All right. Well, jeez. I don't know. I'm trying to
I'm
think.
sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
While you're thinking, since I am here, I should talk about this. Technically, I guess the worst gift she ever got me is the saddest gift she ever got me, and it was a few years ago in this very tap room where she revealed that she was pregnant, and she had bought baby clothes to show me that she was pregnant. And we know how well that
Oh
went.
hell,
Yeah, so technically, great,
it's a gut punch.
a great gift that did not go well. So technically, and on St. Patty's Day. So
Ooh.
St. Patty's Day in this very place is very strange for me sometimes, because I've drank here so many St. Patty's Days, but that one was a good one. Because, well, good one, you know what I mean. So I was drinking by myself, ran into a friend who was here, and then she met me here after work, and I'd ordered her a beer ahead of time, and then she didn't want to touch it, and she had a little baggie behind her back, and she thought I didn't see it. I was like, "The hell's that?" And so I knew she had taken a pregnancy test in the morning because we were trying, and she was mad because it came back negative, at least initially. So it did eventually pop with both lines. You know, it took a long time, but it did, which usually is a sign that it's not a good thing. But either way, so yeah, she thought it would be a good idea to go do some quick shopping at Target, get some little baby clothes to spring it on me. And it's just like, and you know, as I was very buzzed at the time, so I didn't know what to do.
And you had to drink another beer.
Well, yeah, that too. But it was a really good sour though. I remember that. But it was also raining. Like, it was raining off and on. I was literally right over there in that corner on one of the round tops. So, yeah, I remember it. Mm-hmm. It was a hell of a day. So, technically speaking, worst best gift at the same time. Retroactively worst gift.
Right.
But we still have it. She wanted to get rid of them. I'm like, no, you're going to hold on to those until it happens. It's like, that's having hope.
Yep.
Who wants to top that?
It's not as sad, but it's as disappointing.
Okay. Lucas.
No. It was awesome.
God.
3 or 4 years ago,
I just
Amy
meant-
got me an 80-pound box of dirt. Literally.
Explain.
Apparently, she ordered it from one of these mining companies that it's supposed to have. She said it was supposed to have a sapphire in there somewhere. And I could dig through and find the sapphire.
So it's a random box of dirt that may or may not.
And I had no desire to dig through that fucking shit. I was still working just as much as I am now, just doing different stuff.
Now, have you gone and
Did
through
you
it?
ever-
Did
did
you
you
ever
Fuck
dig
no, I don't know what happened to it.
Oh,
I
God.
said, this is fucking ridiculous.
Why wouldn't you just dump it out in the dirt and take a rake to it?
I don't know.
Just dump it out.
It was stupid, and I was
Could have been
disappointed.
dinosaur fossils.
So apparently, a couple weeks later, the holster I use as my off-duty rig shows up in the mail.
So your money bought you one good
No, her
gift.
money.
Okay, so she used her money.
Yeah.
Okay.
But still, she was so mad. But I called Mr. God. He said, "What'd you get for Christmas?" I went, a box of dirt. And he starts laughing his ass. I said, "I didn't like it." Now Amy's mad.
I mean, I bought myself a very small box of shit before from Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
Because at Christmas time, I don't know if you guys are ever aware of this. At Christmas time, they do these ridiculous sales just to raise money for the next year. One of them was a box of bullshit. And so they're like, we're making no bones about it. We're going to send you a box.
That's
of-
like the prepackaged box of nothing.
Yeah. So this was a literal box of dried bullshit. Unfortunately, my mom threw it away because I was staying with them at the time. But I did get a box of bullshit. It was only like $20, but I got some of the holiday packs along with it.
Ooh, they had glitter in them.
Yeah. I'm getting crackety sounds here. Oh, it's because I'm not in airplane mode. Oh, Sean's watching the Uncut podcast right now. So he realizes the first few minutes is nothing but silence. So I remember last time we recorded, I didn't have it set right at the beginning. Yeah, so he's like watching. He's like, oh, great, no audio. But I didn't put a warning on it this time that shows there's nothing wrong with your shit. It shows up eventually. But I had fun editing that one. So our top 5 dads. So for the uncut, I didn't do anything too crazy. But when I was doing the final edit, I added in images for all of the guys we talked about. So that took a while. But I was doing all that the last day before I left on my trip. So I've got a lot to talk about. So I'm probably going to let you guys go first. Heffy, how was your last week?
Not bad, just normal. Normal, staying at work and being at the apartment and then being at the farm. Nothing major. Just hanging out and goofing off.
Did you watch things?
Kraven.
Okay.
I watched that last night. And that's about the only new.
Did you watch the latest episode of Daredevil?
No, I'll watch that tonight.
Okay. So third episode of Daredevil
After
came
Kill
out.
Tony. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still did I watch? No, I don't think I watched that last new episode of Kill Tony. I got
It was damn good.
I gotta check.
It was a good one.
I still haven't watched the New Year's Eve.
Good as well.
I watched the New Year's Eve, but not New Year's Eve. So, but did you see the news about Kill Tony?
Yeah, their Netflix special.
Yeah, three
Yeah.
Netflix specials. Thank God they're not just moving the show to Netflix, which is what everybody's
For
worried
real.
about. Because that would have sucked to a degree. But I mean, 3 live. If they're live, that'll
Like
be crazy.
HEB or something like that. That'll be great.
Probably at HEB Center.
Yep.
But if I don't know if they have them recorded already or if they're going to do them live, because that would be fucking sick to watch a live Kill Tony.
Oh, like the Tyson fight?
Yeah, or like Joe Rogan's special. So yeah,
No, will they be censoring out Heidi?
on
They
Netflix.
do it live.
Well, Heidi never gets naked. It's usually Valerie Vaughn that does. Because Heidi's not a stripper. Valerie Vaughn definitely is.
Yeah.
That's the get in the bus or get in the van chick. Which she's hot and she's got a great rack, don't get me wrong, but she's got the tattoo that goes between her tits and underneath.
She's no
So,
Heidi.
so when she lets him out, the tattoo is visible.
Oh.
So I don't like that, personally. It just looks weird because there's no other tats anywhere else on her chest or on her butt. Well, I think she has a couple on her arm, but she is hot, don't get me wrong. But she's usually the backup ring girl during live Kill Tonys. But, yeah. So that's it? Nothing else going on? No new Jetta modifications?
We should be doing the lift this coming weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That'll be good. We're going to try to shoehorn 27s under it. So it'll look stupid and fun.
You're literally turning it into a truck tard thing.
Yeah.
Why would you put 27s?
Because it makes me laugh, and I smile every time I get it and drive it.
It's going to be so...
That's the thing.
The fact your
you
journey,
don't have to like it.
your journey to make a perfectly good vehicle not usable is commendable.
Here's
I
the
guess.
thing. You don't have to like it. I do.
I guess.
It's mine.
I might have to. I might have to like it.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah. All right, Chado.
No, it was spring break and everything this week or last week. Attempted to try to fish. We went on the lake and everything. Still, we suck at fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where we go or what bait and everything we use. We just
There are no fish in that lake.
no. If we hit the damn, there's fish because we talked to a guy earlier, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I caught 25, like bluegill." I'm like, "Okay, crap, where the hell are you getting this stuff at?" And he's like, "Well, I'm not telling you."
Yeah.
And I'm like, we go different spots. I got the fish finder, see it all over the place. Yeah, we sold it right here. I mean, catfish bait, worms,
They're just not there
artificial
for you.
and everything else. Yeah, we're not getting anything.
Anybody wearing strong perfume by chance?
That's hunting.
It works for fishing too. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Because all you got to do is have it on your hands. You run it on the bait,
Yeah.
throw it in the ground.
Chad, wear less perfume.
Yeah. Wear less lotion.
Yeah, sorry.
Quit lotioning up the worm.
Or it gets the
I know the title. I know the
Lotioning the
title for
worm.
this episode. Happy St. Patty's Day. Lotioning up
puts
the
the
worm.
lotion on the worm.
I'm glad I could provide it this time.
There you go.
And then Saturday we went to indoor go-kart and arcade.
Yeah. How was that?
Where was that?
Andretti's.
Katie.
And Katie, okay, big
It's
one.
actually, it is actually
I've heard of that place.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
So
got,
you get in a go kart?
I didn't, but Cade did.
That's unfair. You got to do stuff that we can't because we don't fit and we're not allowed.
Who says you can't fit?
They have big ones.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we'll be slow as fuck.
that's why I didn't get in it.
Like-
They just tune it up. That's why you got to be a
Be
better
like
driver.
Bowser and Mario Kart. You know?
Well,
Actually,
they have 3 different levels for this. I mean, it's all inside and it actually
course,
goes
yeah.
up and goes around. I mean, they have it for the little kids that are under 12, and they have their own little spot, and it goes around and does their thing.
yeah.
Cade and his cousin did the intermediate, and they do 20, 25 miles an hour.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
And then the advanced ones, I think they go 25 to 35 or whatever miles an hour. And
Yeah. 10 mile an hour fast. Because in indoor track, you want to limit the speed. But
Dude, you
like,
so should have done it. You know racing lines and all that.
Yeah.
You could have had a blast.
so
Next time I will.
yeah, I've always wanted to go to the Houston karting complex off the South Loop. And I've just never had the balls to go over there. Because it's right fucking there.
Yeah.
Now, there's the really big track out 242 towards Splendora where you can do kart tracking, but they'll also do like
That'd be a fun outing for the 3 of us
maybe.
if we could afford it.
It's not that expensive.
Yeah, I shouldn't. thought that-
The day pass is not that crazy.
Cool.
But over there at the one in Splendora, they race like, what is it, ACA or whatever the Miatas are.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can get that class or the mini class, that kind of stuff. It's big enough for small cars, too. So it's not just kart racing. But those are like the 60, 70 mile an hour karts.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the ones where you could legit get hurt if you're not being careful.
All gas powered. Yeah, these are all electric, so.
Oh, really?
They were still
So they were like
freaking fast.
golf carts, but with
I mean, they
nice body panels.
Yeah, the full-fledged. Of course, and they
It
get
was-
everybody out there. It's probably 12 to 15 on the track.
Essentially Super Mario Kart.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So basically, you can floor it when you get out there and not doing anything. And then they flip a switch, and then everything's like gone, and
Yeah.
that's it.
That's kind of neat, actually.
Yeah, this is the first time Cade was ever on the track doing a go-kart by himself. First time, he was kind of like, mediocre.
Yeah.
Second time out, he was a full second and a half faster than the first time. So, and he was,
Did he start getting a little wild?
but he's actually passing people. So
Nice.
I was proud of him doing that. I told him one line and everything when coming around one corner. I was like, do this. And sure enough, he kept catching up to people and passing. I was like, there
Yeah.
you go.
Late break.
Was
in
he
the
was
Apex.
he flying into the corner instead, or gassing too early through the corners?
Yeah, he would cut it tight.
Oh.
So he'd
Yep.
push out of the corner.
He tried to hold it too.
Yeah.
and
He
then
scrub
push
off too
wide.
much speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, believe me, after weeks of Jessica training against the online people on Mario Kart, she's gotten way too good. So I have to up my game. But now that I know, at least on Mario Kart, the settings and the stuff you choose to put on it actually affects it. Like, I didn't even know that the characters, you mentioned Bowser, some of the larger characters are the lightest.
Yeah.
Like Donkey Kong, he's massive, but he's actually one of the lightest characters. So it's kind of funny that you wouldn't think that because you don't see that stuff. That's like internal information, you know. Though I will say, I think it's time for another beer.
I think it is.
All right.
So we'll pause.
Let's pause. All right. There we go. I got to remember. So the pause button also unpauses. It's one of those things that you're not sure.
It's not bad.
Huh?
Staying up.
Yeah, it hasn't even gone down.
Yep.
It's at 86.
Still at 86.
You may have to get one of these.
I did just burp up some pastrami.
Nice.
That was an unpleasant
That does
smell.
stay with you for a while.
I will say,
Yeah.
usually depending on new food and everything, I don't know if you're recording or not.
Yes.
It usually goes through me very fast. So I was very concerned about what I was going to eat. And it actually did really well. So my stomach is happy with me right now.
Well, the bathroom's right there.
Yes, I know.
Yep. It's like, if you need it. the
I've
bathroom's
already
right there.
pinpointed where I need to go.
Yep. Okay, so I guess I should go ahead and talk about my ridiculous week.
That's good.
So, cheers to the second round, gentlemen.
That is really good.
Yeah, now I'm gonna have to get that one next time. But
Oh, man.
so before I left last week, I did watch the newest episode of Daredevil. Really good.
I need to watch it.
Yeah. So it got into the court case for White Tiger. So it was basically all the court case, but Matt Murdock having to figure his way through it. So I'm not gonna go too far into it, but good episode.
Yeah, last we left Matt Murdock, he was in a pickle.
Definitely.
Quite a pickle.
He's still in a very large white bald man shaped pickle.
Yeah.
Saying he's in the pickle. The pickle's not in him.
That's good.
Ew.
I'm just saying.
This isn't Deadpool.
No. So either way, that was good. I did.
Which I'm about to rewatch. I think tomorrow I'm going to watch the new one again.
Yeah. Deadpool and/or Wolverine.
Yes.
Yes. I did catch up on Shifting Gears.
Okay.
I will say the last episode that I watched, which I think is like episode 8 or 9, was actually pretty solid for a podcast, or not a podcast, for a what's the word I'm looking for? Sitcom.
Yeah.
So they finally got like a decent whole story, but there were still some editing fails. I was like, it's really funny to see a mainstream show like just have such shit editing.
Yeah.
Like the guy in the wheelchair, you know, you watch it a little bit. So the black guy in the wheelchair, he's taking the door panel off the inside of a car, right? And so he's holding it like this against the door while he's talking. The camera cuts to another person that he's talking to and then cuts right back to him. And his hands are down and the panel's not there anymore. Like he did like real quick and then kept talking. Yeah, it was like at least show the motion a little bit. Don't just have it disappear. And
I'll
now
get into that. I've actually been working through a what is it? A Big Bang Theory spinoff. The George and Mandy's first marriage. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It was a spinoff of Young Sheldon.
So a spinoff got another spinoff?
Yeah.
Oh, I did watch,
And it's got its funny moments. They're all low hanging fruit jokes, simple
of
shit.
course. I did rewatch the first couple episodes of Big Bang Theory on the airplane. Mm-hmm. But I'll talk about other things as I do that. So, like I said, I mentioned it last time before I left that I was leaving. So I told everybody I was going. I flew to Baltimore.
Yes.
First time on a plane.
How was it?
Well, the flying part was fine.
Ear hurt.
Yes. Dude, my ears kept popping for like 30, 35 minutes.
You're
into the
straight
flight.
pulling an Archer.
Literally.
No bubble gum.
No, actually, the guy, like on my way back, the dude gave me some bubblegum to chew, and that helped a lot.
helped.
But even after I landed, my ears were still popping.
Yeah.
But I was doing the literally. But I mean, it's not like I didn't know it was coming. I was just waiting, and then the first one was like, I was like, damn it, and I had my earbuds in, which makes it even weirder because you have to really get the pressure correct. But flying out, I was on like a bus in the fucking sky. It was a tiny fucking plane. I think only like 50, 60 fucking
Yeah, I
people.
think I saw a picture you put up.
Yeah, it was a little bitty fucking plane, man. And I met up with Louie and his sister and brother-in-law because, you know, we're going the same place, staying the same flight. I feel bad. They upgraded the fucking first class, which was no joke, only like 8 rows in front of me.
Yeah.
And it was only separated by a tiny curtain. The only difference is they had slightly bigger seats.
You see a middle finger pop up once in a while.
Yeah. But like I walked past because they boarded slightly before me. But here's the funny part. When we get to the airport, we're flying out on a 7:30 flight, right? No, not even. Yeah, 7:30 flight. They won't serve us fucking alcohol before 7. So we're sitting at the bar in our terminal like, come on. Oh, which, by the way, in case you haven't been to Bush International Airport in any time recently, they have Terminal A and B under construction, so all 3 main terminals have to come in through C.
Yep.
And
It's a walk.
Well, they have a train that is very fucking fast. It almost took me off my fucking feet. Like, I was holding onto the bar, and I did not expect it to accelerate so quickly, and it went around the curves.
Comparatively, I've flown out of Bush and Hobby. Apparently, every time I flew with the military, we were always in Atlanta for some reason.
That makes
always.
sense.
Oh God, I hated.
Atlanta was
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah,
Every
it
single
sucks.
terminal linked to an underground subway system.
Yes.
And they weren't confusing. They were just busy, awkward, and fast-paced.
Yes.
Yeah. So luckily, like, everything was good. Plus, I was with Louie. He's used to it. You know, the only thing is that it sucked. Once again, we couldn't drink before we wanted to. I at least wanted to get a Coke, rum and Coke or something
Yeah.
beforehand. Like, well, we can't serve until 7. It's legit like 6.
Should have brought the Unisom.
6:40. No, I mean, I was fine. I mean, my anxiety was up, but it actually ended up not being bad.
Yeah.
It was just once we got in the air and like I was used to the just motion, it was fine. But the funny part was,
Oh, you didn't get to experience good turbulence.
no, it was actually very smooth.
That's
like
fun.
There was a couple.
No,
there was a
not.
couple. There was a couple.
You're
Rocky
looking
moments.
at the idiot in a C-130.
Yeah, I know.
Combat
Remember.
landing, hooping and hollering.
He loves the combat landing. He's a fucking idiot. I didn't want any combat landings on my United flight, you know. But I will say United pretty fucking solid for flying out. Plus one of the only ones that was doing direct to Baltimore.
Yeah.
So at that time, so I was happy with it. Going out, it wasn't a big deal. But what I did on the flight, oh, sorry, to finish the last story before we left the actual airport. Louis decided to order a fucking Bloody Mary because that's his second favorite thing in the world. And his most favorite thing in the world is any drink he has before the Bloody Mary. So he's waiting on this fucking extremely spicy Bloody Mary as he wanted it. And me and his sister both say, hey, let's go check out the terminal because they said that, you know, they'll be loading soon. He's like, they'll take like 30 minutes to get going. We get over there. It's only been open for like 3 minutes, and there's nobody there, and they're boarding the 5th fucking load.
Oh, damn.
But once again, there's only like 50 people on the fucking 60 people on the plane. So it's not
Louis
a big deal.
slam it and run.
Literally, we texted him and said, get your ass over here. They're loading. So, like, we were supposed to be loading at 7:30.
Shows up with a red mustache.
Like, no joke. So 7:30 is takeoff time. They said they were going to start boarding at like 7:05. The plane was loaded and ready to go by 7:18.
Nice.
Like, everybody's on the fucking plane and we're good to go. I was like, Jesus. I was like, okay. Glad we wasn't in a hurry or nothing. But if we hadn't walked over there, we'd have been pushing it.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to fight to get my fucking bag in the overhead bin. So I took that bag as a checked bag because it's just literally a couple inches too fucking long to be a carry-on, even though I swear to God I saw people with bags the same size. They weren't measuring fuck all. I probably could have just brought it on. It probably wouldn't have mattered.
Dude,
No.
TSA is a joke.
I mean, it is and it wasn't because, like, I was smart. I underdressed. I had my flip-flops, my night shorts, and a T-shirt. That's all I was fucking wearing.
You slob.
Well, I mean, all I brought with me was my wallet and my cell phone on my body, and everything else was in either bag. So that way, all I had to do was put everything in the fucking thing. They saw me and just went, never mind. You don't need to scan you. It's like I'm a fat guy wearing a T-shirt with my belly hanging out. They don't need to scan fuck all. So
And what are you
The only
hiding?
thing he
Yeah.
has is diabetes.
literally not hiding fuck all. Yeah. Yeah, the machine doesn't show diabetes, thank
No,
God.
no.
You're one to talk. You are diabetic,
I am.
bitch. You gave in. You gave in to your fucking pancreas.
Hey, I'm down 5
I'm
pounds. Fuck
still
you.
bullying mine. like, fuck you. We're not going to be diabetic today.
You're going to be laughing when your peg leg kept.
No, I won't. I got that good insurance.
Hell, I'll weaponize it for you. We'll help.
Nah, it's fine. Fine. I don't need an AR. I don't need an AR sub.
What was
lower
that?
leg.
What movie was that? It was Cherry Bomb. Was
That's
the
Planet
Planet Terror. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a fun one.
but that was an M16 for a leg, I believe. Yeah, or an M4. Hard to tell.
M16.
Yeah, either way. So we get to Baltimore. Oh, sorry. On the flight, I finally watched something we talked about not that long ago. I watched the Knuckles series, which I didn't realize was very, very short. I thought it was like a whole ass series. I think it was legit 3 episodes, or at least that's all they had on the flight. So it's animated exactly as well as the Sonic movies.
Mm-hmm.
In the first one, literally Sonic and Tails are there. You got Idris Elba the whole fucking time, except it doesn't follow the main characters outside of the first episode. It just follows Knuckles and Wade. Knuckles gets kidnapped by this secret spy organization that is kidnapping him for some reason. And they're supposed to be selling him to a buyer. And then Wade, who had just bonded with Knuckles and wanted to teach him the way of a warrior, followed the guys who kidnapped him and was trying to lay out like this rescue plan. And so the funny thing is, Knuckles is a bit of a retard. So but he is very strong and he is pretty violent. So the fact that they have a device that can hold him in place is actually pretty cool. But he's literally like, I am imagining now how I will escape here and defeat you.
Oh,
Ha ha.
he's all
Ha.
a lot like Drax.
Yeah, so he's literally like got his eyes closed. He's envisioning it, and he's like, "Ha ha! Ha. Oh, the sound of your breaking bones is hilarious." It's actually really funny. Literally, like for like 45 minutes, is sitting there like just thinking of his escape plan. And then the funny thing is, Wade does the same thing, but you see his escape plan. This whole thing he's got in his mind, where he like goes in, he like uses fireworks as a distraction. He brings in a thing of oil to lay out on the floor to make an oil slick. And he's got all this nonsense to help defeat the guys and rescue Knuckles. And in the end, he will get the hug at the end.
The hug,
So
huh?
rare hug. And so, of course, he attempts to do what he was trying to do. Drops the shit immediately. Fires the fucking fireworks into his police car, which ignites the fucking oil that he brought, which causes his car to explode as a distraction instead.
There you go.
And he's like, well, shit. And so this secret agent guys, either way, so he technically rescues Knuckles, although he ends up getting himself into a fucking fist fight. I'm not sure where, I missed part of it, where he got these like Knuckles, like mechanical knuckle hands. And so he was trying to use those, and they were acting like Iron Man. So they got like a rocket, and it's like dragging him around the room, literally throwing him around instead of doing what it was supposed to be doing. So, I mean, it was a really goofy fucking series. But the crazy part was the final episode was not a showdown between him and the secret agents. It's a showdown between him and his former best friend on their bowling league, who reminds me quite a lot of Hefe, except for that he was not fat. But he was a biker. He's super, super serious about challenging people in the ways of the warrior and all these kind of things. And rides a motorcycle, has the leathers, all this kind of shit. Mm-hmm. And he's like, he ends up kidnapping Wade because now somebody put a bounty out on him when he went to go rescue Knuckles. So he's trying to collect this huge fucking bounty on Wade. And Knuckles is like, I'm not rescuing you. You deal with it. I did leave out the episode where we met Wade's Jewish family and we found out that Knuckles is effectively Jewish.
Okay.
That was an insane episode. That's all I can say. Just fucking watch that, because that was a bit of cinema. So Wade ends up unconscious trying to meditate his way to the version of like the Echidna, like Valhalla. So like they can push themselves to where warriors go to learn the secrets of how to become a stronger warrior. So he does this after he gets his shit shocked out of him. And he's literally talking to like this ancient echidna warrior who his sacred battleground is the bowling alley he used to go to. He's like, this is your vision, not mine. It's like, I'm just here to teach you. And so they do this rock opera of how Knuckles got his power and trained to become a warrior. But Wade has to be dressed as Knuckles and forced through the rock opera to learn. And he gets to a point where he has to defeat this fire demon to finally become a warrior. And he goes, oh, I just got to punch things really hard. I got it. And he walks out and he's like, no, that's not the lesson. Come back. And so he goes back to reality. And then he literally tries to punch his way out of this electrical cage that's being dragged behind a stretch Hummer limo. Don't ask. That's just the setup this dude loves. And he realizes, oh, that wasn't it. And he gets the shit shocked out of him. He's like, okay, go back. And he's like, I'm sorry. Keep it literally rewinds and like resets him back to where he did the thing. He's like, okay, I'm ready to keep learning. So he plays through it, and it turns out, like, you watch Sonic 3. You remember there's a part where he like tries to attack Shadow with the flames of destruction, like his hands catch fire and he does that. So apparently that's something that he learned through these trials, and that's what gets revealed in this series, is that at some point in his training before everybody was killed, Knuckles learned how to use the flames of destruction to defeat this demon king. And so, I mean, like, they're doing a whole puppet show. Like, it is like a rock opera puppet show situation. Like, they've got this huge demon being operated by dudes in all black moving sticks, all on camera. I was like, okay, they went way too fucking hard on this show for like a 3 to 4 episode fucking series that just fills in this weird gap between Sonic 2 and Sonic 3. But you learn all about Knuckles and his people, which was cool. But also the Jewish episode was something to behold.
Right.
Like they what is it, the Shabbat? Wherever they have like the 24 hours of whatever family time.
Yeah,
they light the candles. Their Sabbath, basically.
Yeah.
So they light the candles, and nobody's allowed to do whatever while the candles are going. But it's actually the candles are only for like 3 hours. It's for dinner. So they're supposed to do like weekly dinner. They light the candles. Everybody sits as a family together. Wade and his sister are like massively fucking hate each other. His dad left a long fucking time ago, and he was a pro bowler, so that's where he gets the whole bowling situation. And his mom, I can't remember who she is, but she is like an older actress. Like, she's been around for quite some time, she's semi-comedic. So, and she's like the mom who's been left alone to basically do all this stuff on her own because her kids are never around and they fucking hate each other. So they get forced into this situation because Wade and Knuckles are on the run. And they're like, okay, well, we got to go somewhere. There must be more episodes because they're supposed to be getting to a bowling tournament in Reno, but the series never got there while I was watching it.
Maybe they ran out of money from going too hard.
Either that or they're only showing 3 episodes on the flight.
Yeah.
Because that's all that was limited to it. So the funny thing is, so they're trying to hide out there, and then this bounty hunter finds the bounty for Wade. He's like, well, I know exactly where this motherfucker's going. They always go home to mama. Somehow he knows where the mom is. So these bounty hunters show up and try to capture them. And so between Wade and Knuckles and even the mom, who's a Krav Maga specialist, apparently, and the sister, who's an FBI agent who seems doofy as fuck until she actually has to fight. So they beat the shit out of these guys, destroy the house. They do this great scene in the kitchen where the camera locks to the island, and it's just Mom and Knuckles beating these dudes down. And she's like, Knuckles, protect the candles at all cost. So, like, every time one of the guys, like, nearly knocks over the candles, they, like, knock the shit out of them going the other way. Mom is literally fighting with 2 fucking cast iron pans and beating the shit out of these guys. Yeah, that's it.
Because obviously that's got to be, there's 6 episodes.
Okay, so it only showed the 3.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're missing out a little bit of it.
Apparently I'm missing out on the back half of the show.
You need to go finish it, I guess, to see what
Well, I was saying, like, it only had access to 3, so I'm going to have to get Paramount at some point. But either way, I was enjoying the show, and I thought it was going to be extremely stupid, and it was only pretty stupid.
But in a fun way.
In a fun way.
Yeah.
Well, just like the Sonic movies. They're kind of stupid. But, like, the funny part is they grew a character. Like,
He won't watch them.
No, he won't. They're fucking good.
Okay, I believe you.
You have Paramount.
He's
Watch
still
it.
not going to watch it. It's okay.
So either way, that's what I did on my way there, which is pretty good distracting. But it was only like 2.5 hour flight, so fucking actually,
That's an easy flight.
dude, it was nothing. And then landing was great. Get to Baltimore. The fucking BWI is a fantastic fucking airport, man. That was super easy to find everything. Got the rental car with almost zero fucking effort. Got to my hotel. Yeah, we went separate ways because they had to get their shit and go do what they wanted to go do. I get to my hotel and I call Jessica, and she's like, "Oh, you're already at the hotel." I was like, "Bitch, I'm already changed."
Nice.
I was like, "It's like, damn, that was fast." I was like, "Dude, I got a hotel 9 minutes from the airport."
Let me change out of these basketball shorts and t-shirts.
Dude, I mean,
into
I was
something more comfortable.
Well, it was like 40 degrees when I got there, so and like not rainy but drizzly. So I was like, okay. And they're like, "Hey, we're gonna go to this bar called Pickles. It's right near the stadium." I was like, "Okay," because they already told me that like, well, the drinks are good. Then the first thing they wanted to do was get an Orange Crush, which is a regional alcoholic drink, and these.
Was it good? Sounds good.
Oh, it's real good.
Yeah.
Real good. It's like orange juice, some type of Sprite type drink, and then some whatever liquor they add to it.
Cool.
Very good. Very good. Very citrusy. And I needed that boost in the morning. I needed that fucking vitamin C at 10 a.m. But, or whatever time we landed. But we also, the other thing was the crab dip and fries. Holy fuck. So it comes in separate things. Old Bay covered fries because, you know, it's Baltimore.
Yeah.
I immediately dumped all the crab dip on the fries and ate it that way with a fork.
There you go.
Which was the superior method of eating this. And then we did a pickleback just for funsies.
I like pickleback.
Except it was fucking $8
Ooh.
for a shot of pickle juice and some tequila. But that's how I learned that we do have another celebrity tequila we need to get. And it's LeBron James's tequila.
There you go.
Not that I give a fuck about LeBron James, but he's got tequila called Lobos. And so that is available for a reasonable price. I found it up there, but apparently it's available other places. But I also forgot when we were looking for this, The Rock has tequila called Terramana. Totally forgot about that. So we can put Pantalones up against something else with a silly name.
We also need to try the stuff I picked up.
Yes, we will do that at some point, but we don't want to compare that to anything yet.
No. That's a really good, super smooth, super flavorful 5-year añejo.
Yes, I will try that. Definitely will try that. But the other thing is, after we got done hanging out at that place, which I made some very inappropriate jokes with our gay bartender, but that was fun.
Oh, God.
Because I had to challenge the northeastern people to some silly shit. Because he was talking about, we're trying to figure out where we'd want to go drink after the fact. And that's how I found out there's so many breweries literally around the corner. Mm-hmm. And he said, I can't remember which one it is, but it's run by all women, like the head brewers, people working on the counter. It's all women. I was like, oh, so it's closed 5 to 6 days out of the month, huh? And he's like, oh, yeah. We're like, oh, my God. It's like, Mondays, dude. Mondays. What the fuck were you thinking? Made him uncomfortable. It was funny. But either way, I ended up going from there, or we went from there to Edgar Allan Poe's grave, which was, no joke, a 10-minute walk.
That's cool.
Pretty cool. The old church where everything is buried there, and a lot of other historical people buried right there, too. I took a lot of pictures and some video. There will be vlog on the on Patreon. There will be vlogs. But very cool. I took a lot of kick-ass pictures. I'm sure y'all saw some of those this past weekend. But that was neat. Just some bit of history. His house/museum was like a few more blocks away, but I was like, I'm not fucking going there. I don't give a shit. This was cool enough for me. It's like more drinking to be done. So I went to the brewery that was suggested to me, which was called Checker Spot. That place is fucking fantastic. If you ever get a chance to go to Baltimore, go to Checker Spot. All the beers were amazing. Is a massive, massive event space. So it's like, they said, it's like, technically we're a brewery, but really we're actually 3 event spaces with a brewery attached.
Nice.
So huge place. The dude at the counter, Rory, was very knowledgeable and cool to talk to, and he had just come back from doing something down here for like 2 or 3 weeks. So we were talking a lot about the Houston area and stuff like that. So, and then I talked to this lady who was, you know, a regular there, and I was like, what do y'all do for fun up here? And she's like, well, usually we get together and we have our axe throwing league. And I'm like, hold the fuck on.
I like you.
First of all, there's an axe throwing league. And she's like, oh yeah, it's a big thing. It's like, especially during COVID, it got big. I'm like, how? How did it get big during COVID? You couldn't go, what, are you throwing it in your backyard and your neighbors are throwing over the fence? How? It's like, but apparently, axe throwing league, she was actually wearing the shirt, which is hilarious. Because apparently there's literally an axe throwing bar down the street from where we were. And I was like, okay, I'm not going there today, but another day. That sounds like a lot of fucking fun.
You did go to church while you were in Baltimore, didn't you?
I went to a church,
yes,
but I did that the next day. So after I did Checker Spot, there wasn't that much left to do for the day. And basically, they were off fucking around on the other side of town, and I just said, fuck it, I'm going to go back to my hotel and fucking relax. And so I did. Then the next day, we're planning on getting together because now it's Friday and we're supposed to be doing the podcast with Dante, Columpton Beer Club. Shout out, episode 200. Oh, boy. So we were trying to figure out the logistics of it because we knew we were going to be drinking a lot. He's 30 minutes from me in Baltimore, and Dante is 15 minutes south of me. So I said, fuck it. It makes more sense for you and me to pal around all day, and we'll go do that and let them have your rental car so they can go look at historical shit or shop or whatever the fuck they want to do. So they were eating breakfast already, and I said, fuck it. I'm going to wait for Primanti Bros to open up next door. And this is like a really well-known, like, Midwest, Northwest fucking sandwich and pizza place, sports bar. Fuck me. I got this, like, overly loaded Italian sandwich that they threw the fucking fries and everything on the motherfucker. And so the meat was hot, the fries were hot, all the veg was cold, and the bread was soft. And I got a big old pickle with it just because. And I actually, like, sliced the pickle because it was just easier to... And I'm not going to sit there and try to fucking, you know... what Heffy just did, yes. Do you need
the pickle.
You need some more water? Got bottles right there. I'm good. Okay. But what sucked is I ordered a sandwich, and then I looked over here, and they had another little small menu, and it was their pierogi menu. And I was like, God damn it. I was like, so I didn't have time. So, and apparently there's only 2 Primanti Bros in all of Maryland. There's that one, and there's one about 30 minutes away. So I was like, well, I know where I'm staying from now on because this place is fucking badass right next to the Hilton Garden Inn right there at BWI. So fucking fantastic food. So then I drive to go pick up Louie. So they left him at their Airbnb in like a row house down there near the water. So they were on like the nice fucking end in Baltimore. So I had to drive through Baltimore City directly, which fuck. Even at like 11:30, that traffic sucked ass. But it's cool looking fucking city. I got a lot of pictures just going around town. Met up with him, and we went a little further down to this record store he wanted to check out. Like record store, head shop, that kind of shit. You know the place. I think we're losing Heffy. He's literally falling asleep over there. What the fuck?
You fed him an alcohol.
You should have got some caffeine.
I'll have a root beer next. I'm not drinking.
Yeah, there's no caffeine in it. There's a fuckload of sugar.
Yep.
But should have brought a Red Bull or something. Yeah. But the record store was okay. They literally had a fuckload of records of all kinds. He ended up getting a Clutch album because he loved the band Clutch, and he's literally in Baltimore where they're from. So he said, fuck it, I got to get a record. So we had to throw that in my backseat for the whole fucking day and hope it didn't get broken. Because I brought my shit with me because I know we're going to go record. So I'm like, I got a few of the things in my backseat for the rest of the day. The only thing I didn't like about that place is you could tell there's a lot of people in charge who have agendas because there's like a free Luigi and then a whole bunch of anti-Trump shit up on the fucking T-shirts and on the walls. And I'm like, keeping my mouth shut while I'm in here. But weed is legal up there, so they're selling like all kinds of shit.
Oh, nice.
In there. And I'm like, I mean, I don't care about that, but you know, there's a definitely.
Yeah, we know how much you enjoy it.
I said I don't care, but I definitely don't.
You don't enjoy it either.
No, never have, never will.
You hate the smell of it. You hate the idea of it.
I hate the effect of it.
Yeah.
I've never had a good effect from it. It's always been bad.
Fuzzy, floaty, spinny.
Except for the occasional gummy that is okay.
Yeah.
But either way, so we leave there, and we said, fuck it, let's work our way south so we'll be in the right way to head to Dante's. It takes us 40 fucking minutes to get across town because they've got like something shut down and there's like an accident. So we're like fighting through fucking traffic trying to get to the Guinness place that's there. So it's like an actual, like the American side Guinness is right there in Baltimore. If I had gone there straight, I was literally 7 minutes from it from my hotel. But I went 30 minutes out of my way to go pick up Louie. Unfortunately, we didn't make it to Guinness.
Damn.
But we did make it to Ministry, which is the place that was inside an old Gothic church. Fucking beautiful place. Beer was okay. Like, I had a sample flight of everything that I could. You about to sneeze? Sneeze. Let it go. Yeah. Got another one? Bless you.
There it is. Thank
I
you.
figured the bless you actually would probably break it.
Nope.
That does that to Jessica sometimes. I do like robbing her of sneezes, too. That happens
Don't hold
sometimes.
it in, you'll fart too.
Definitely.
Hard anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say, hold in the fart because it'll be loud in these
Trust
chairs.
me, on the meds, yeah.
It might not be a fart.
Trust me.
Yeah. It's okay. I thought I sharded a couple times this weekend.
Thought I sharded, but a shit.
No, and nothing came out. It was just a very not happy fart. But either way, so ministry was great, good atmosphere and all that. And the lady who was the manager of the place we were talking to the whole time, she was pretty cool. It seemed like she was high the whole time, or maybe it was just her bad teeth. Hard to tell why she was mumbling. But she was super nice. We're talking to her about Texas. She was talking to us about Baltimore. And like I said, we tried a bunch of stuff. We ended up getting
I thought Texas was a desert.
Shit, I forgot. We got a 6-pack to go, and I think we left it at Dante's.
Dude, that's lost now.
Yeah. Well, I was like, shit. Well, I think we got a 6-pack of one of their IPAs, and we fucking left it there. Either way, that sucked. So a couple of their beers were so-so, and a couple of them were pretty knockout. But what they did is they had variations of the same beer. So they had this base beer, and then one that was a modified version of it, so you could do them side by side. And I was like, and the modified ones were always better, in my opinion. But that place was great. Definitely highly recommend there. They have a really nice bathroom. Trust me, I scoped out the bathrooms everywhere I fucking went. They had a nice bathroom.
Of all that's going on, the bathrooms are very nice.
Well, Checker Spot was different because they had different.
Go there too.
Yeah. I did.
I highly recommend.
I took a quick shit. It was good. But no, Checker Spot had different.
Wait. Was it a gothic shit?
No. It's godly. It was ungodly.
Godly.
But I will say the Checker Spot was different because instead of just having, unisex bathrooms, they had a urinal only bathroom, a shitter only bathroom, and then a one lockable, single use. So that's actually kind of cool. I mean, except for the fact that obviously it's a multi-sex, multi-hole bathroom, So it's like you might be shitting next to a woman in theory. It's like it's interesting arrangement, but the urinal only bathroom.
That's when you yell when
Yeah.
there's lightning and there's thunder and let it rip.
Oh, yeah. I've seen the video. But no, the cool part was the urinal only bathroom. I was like, okay, here's something you don't fucking see every day. So that was nice. Quick in and out, But the next place we ended up was Heavy Seas Brewery. So we were on our way to Guinness, didn't quite get there, but it was literally 3 miles away. So Heavy Seas, very cool. Encountered a couple interesting dogs, definitely dog-friendly breweries down there. So it's definitely some type of bulldog mix. He said it was like English, American, a couple other things, big head, tiny legs, and definitely had a little bit of an attitude, liked being petted, but then he sort of bit me, sort of didn't. You know how they kind of don't really have teeth, but they do. So he went for my entire thumb and just went, yeah, and
Not like Bandit where he's kind of play biting, mouthing at you.
I think this was play biting, except he just took my entire thumb. It didn't hurt and didn't do any damage, but I was like, okay, that could have hurt if it went wrong. But the guy called him Venom. It's not really his name, but it's like his nickname because it's black and white and kind of surly.
Deadly shits.
Yeah, it was a nice dog. But all the beers at Heavy Seas were fucking fantastic. They had one of their Canon, I think it's so. They had a bunch of different Canon beers because it's a pirate theme. It's good. Pirate theme thing or, whatever. They even got a big old skull mat or black skull on. White skull on black is their fucking emblem.
Well, like the Jolly Roger?
Yeah, kind of Jolly Roger, but without the crossbones.
All right.
But they had one that tasted and smelled like Fruit Loops.
The music works.
Yes. So they
pick up on that right now.
But their shit, what was it? Fruit Cannon? No, what was it?
Q.
But Tropicannon. They're Tropicannon.
Tropicannon. Okay.
Yes.
Was that like a hazy?
It was a
fruity
hazy
IPA?
It was a hazy, but it was tasted and smelled like Fruit Loops.
Nice.
Fucking phenomenal. But I tried their Nitro Stout. I tried a bunch of their shit. Cause the only time I didn't do a flight was the last brewery I went to because I didn't realize it did flights until I was already one beer in. And I was like, fuck. I was like, okay, never mind. I'll just drink another beer and I'll be done. But Heavy Seas, really good. Definitely recommend it. You can buy some of their beers, I think, down here, but not many. But if you're in that area, 100% go by there. And then we went to Dante's because at that point we're like, fuck it, we got to get going south. Oh, God. So we drive all the way down there.
So you drink all day.
Drank all day.
You go
and
to
then
a beer-centric podcast.
Yeah, and then we drank all night. So we do an episode of this podcast first. And because it's Dante's house, you do what Dante does. And Dante drinks boxed wine out of coffee mugs.
Yes.
So I drank. Louis did not.
I've seen this.
Louis did not partake.
No. He was drinking boxed wine out of a Gatorade bottle.
Gatorade bottle, yes. So we drank some. We drank some. We
He
drank
couldn't,
some.
he couldn't find his Yahtzee
He couldn't
shaker.
find his Yahtzee shaker. No. So shout out to Dante for having us over and getting some fucking Papa John's for Pie Day. So we got to eat some pizza on Pie Day. So we had a really good episode, hanging out doing just the Naimia. We got a little over 2 hours in. I haven't checked that recording to see if it sounds like shit or not because I was using his equipment. So he's only got the portable Zoom, not this one.
Yeah.
So the little bitty 4-hole device. So hopefully that came across pretty well on a computer. We didn't listen to it yet, but had a lot of fun doing that. Did not drink much during our podcast, just the box wine. So shout out to Franzia.
Somebody.
No, it was Franzia Sangria.
I mean, it could have been like Carlo Rossi, you know, with a big jug of wine.
No, he likes it. He likes his wine in a bag inside of a box. Yeah, it's very good. It was super drinkable.
I don't know that Carlo Rossi, the sweet red's like drinking grape juice.
Yeah, this was like grape juice.
It's awesome.
Dude, it's sangria. It was fucking like grape juice. But I enjoyed it. And then we went on to do Clompton. So his co-host Steve showed up. And then we unleashed the fury that we fucking sent up there because we sent them 12 beers.
Nice.
Yeah. So we sent them 12 beers. Some of them were not from Texas. We weren't paying attention. One of them I knew, or two of them I knew weren't from Texas. Another one we were totally unsure of. But so introduced them to several local beers, except the sad part is the Copperhead I sent them actually ended up being pretty disappointing.
Too bad you couldn't get a hold of any more Devons.
Yeah. But we did send a bunch of different.
They would have had fun with a banana.
Possibly. Chad did that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go see the video of Chad trying the banana sometime soon on the Patreon. As of right now, it will be up, I think, on the 18th. But I already uploaded the video. Just set it to go live on the 18th. Either way, so we did 5 fucking hours. 5 hours of that podcast.
What time did y'all wrap?
1:40.
Fuck.
We started.
So that explains the full body hangover the next day.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't even full body hangover. It was also the fact that I hadn't slept. Because, I don't sleep really well in beds that aren't mine in the first place.
Exactly.
So if we go on vacation, it usually takes me 2 days to get used to a place to sleep. But I also didn't bring my CPAP like a fucking moron.
Dummy.
Well, I didn't think we had another bag to take it, a travel bag. Because if I did, they had to have allowed me to bring it on as a personal.
Yeah.
And the guy in front of me getting on the plane had his with him. Same bag, everything. I was like, cool. So if I had taken the time and realized we had the other bag in the closet, I'd have fucking packed it and I would have actually got some sleep. And my final day of plans probably would have gone better.
So instead, you woke up with a harsh throat and feeling like crap.
Yeah, dude, the first night I was awake every 30, 40 minutes. I think the most I slept that first night was 2 hours.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, in one set. So finally but I could get comfortable, but it took a long time. And then it took a long time for me to actually get to sleep. And I took 2 melatonin to sleep, and I couldn't fucking sleep. And
Dude, I've discovered the Unisom sleep gels.
Yeah.
They're dirt cheap, and one of them works.
hey, why don't you talk into that microphone?
Fuck you.
It's like I can hear you, but it's barely coming. There you go.
Heavy sleepy now.
Yes.
Had food, had drinks.
Yeah, see, Heffy probably would sleep okay. But yes, you're right. My throat was fucked up. My sinuses were fucked up. Plus, I'm in a foreign environment.
That's how I feel every Monday when I have to crash the
yeah,
apartment.
that's what I said.
Yeah.
But that's what I said earlier when we got here. I was like, now I know exactly how Heffy feels.
Yeah.
Because I did it for 3 days straight. So we did
No
Colompton.
wonder I was so grumpy.
Yeah. Yep. So shout out to Colompton Beer Club. Go check it out on all the listening platforms. So for their episode 200, we drank.
They killed it, huh?
Now, we were supposed to do 160 plus questions, just like our episode 100, except that we talked for like 35 minutes without ever doing a question, went through 3 beers, and then finally started asking questions.
Then it went off the rails.
Yeah, there were hardly any rails to begin
Yeah.
with. We acknowledge the lack of rails. Odds are he's going to split that up into at least 2 podcasts. He found a decent breaking point when second time we stopped to go get pizza.
Yeah.
And in one of the breaks, since he's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy, I let him put me in a couple of wrist locks just to see what it was
Okay.
like.
They're uncomfortable.
Yeah. So the funny thing is, he was going easy on me, but this hand was like, okay, that hurts a little bit. But he did my left hand, and it popped a couple times, which creaked him out. But I was like, keep going. He's like, I'm not even feeling anything. Go. It's like either that wrist is way looser or the nerves are shot because I don't feel anything you're doing to me right now. It's like, was like, and then he popped it a couple times. He's like, okay, now I feel uncomfortable. I was like, felt good. Do it again. I was like, I think you knocked something loose.
Do it harder.
Yeah, do it harder, Dante. So shout out to those guys. Fucking great guys to hang out with. So my plan for Saturday was to get up, get some food in me, and then go to Frederick where my other friends live. So Bobby Skullface, Dormammu, who used to be on this show. And so I let them all know I'm coming out. You know, I already had plans to hang out with Bobby and his family for a game night that evening. You know, probably like family game night like we tend to do, right? I'll just go ahead and mute the heavy mic while he gets some water. Go ahead and bust us out a thing, too, while you're at it. They're all the same, so grab me one while you're at it. You need water?
Sure.
Okay.
Wow, those are large waters.
Well, I figured we'd be drinking. It's warm. It's warmish day. One of them is a couple of them. It's a refill, but it's not a big deal. Damn, you sat down kind of hard, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sleepy.
Yeah, get you in on some of that towel right there.
Here.
Get some towel
Unopened
action.
one?
What?
This one was unopened. You want it? You prefer?
It's reopened or open and refilled. That's all it is.
It's fine.
Yeah,
I'm good.
it's no different. It's my normal water at the house. Filtered goodness.
This one was unopened.
I know. Well, I had to grab a couple more.
Yeah.
I would just reuse the bottles for work. Either way. So I go to Frederick after getting some gas station breakfast and some Starbucks. Because at this point, let me ask you this. Normally when you check into a hotel, don't they normally just like take your credit card info and then you pay when you're done, right? Almost always?
Normally, yeah.
Yeah. No, they ran my fucking credit card when I checked in.
Sometimes they do. They also
This
they'll
wasn't-
also keep it on file for incidentals.
Yeah, but also that's what they had to have done because they ran a $1 hold real quick.
Yeah.
Did $1 in and out, and then ran the fucking cost of the hotel immediately on my debit card.
Oh, I've slept in more hotels than I can even want to think about.
Yeah, I just had never seen them take it
I
immediately.
spent, 3 years on the road hot shotting.
Yeah.
And I was they said $100 limit, get as cheap as you can, and make sure they have truck parking that's safe. So I picked wherever I wanted, and I was like, where can I get a drink?
Yeah. But yeah, so I hadn't got paid yet, and they immediately took on it $444 out.
Ooh,
Because I gave them my debit card thinking,
that's
okay,
not bad for 2 nights.
4 nights.
That's not bad at all.
No, but the fact that
Were
it
you
took,
at the Super 2?
no, that was a fucking Hilton Garden Inn.
Fucking hey, cool.
Yeah. Either way, it's an airport hotel. It's not the greatest.
Yeah.
And I forgot that Hiltons tend to have very hard beds.
Well, it's better than the Roadway Inn,
I mean, I might.
Yes.
Well, it turns out that they had an extra floor available in their fucking Airbnb, so I could have gone with them if I wanted to. But then I would have been struggling for parking and having to be 30 minutes away from everything I wanted to do in the first place. So either way, Louis had plans to go spend the day with Dante and Steve drinking all day, and I'm like, I don't need to do that anymore. I'm already dying. It's like, I mean, the funny thing is, like, I drove us back after the podcast.
Oh,
at 2:00 in the morning.
You're dumb.
Well, no, the thing is because I ate the whole time and I was drinking water the whole time, even though we drank so many beers, and I paced it right. So did most of the high alcohol early, interspersed with like the 4 and 5 percenters. So like big beer, little beer, big beer, little beer, water, food, big beer, little beer, and did that, and basically like left not even buzzing.
I just can't do that anymore.
Over 5 hours, you can.
Usually 2 beers, I'm good. Now.
Yeah. But I mean, we're not drinking full pours. We're drinking like 5 or 6 ounces a piece.
Okay.
Because we're splitting it all,
Oh, kind of like we did on the 6x6?
100%.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
All right.
Because it's a beer drinking podcast with reviewing occasionally when they remember.
Not a getting drunk podcast.
No, it's that. It's a getting drunk podcast, but because we had so many beers to drink.
We've got something similar coming up, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Joy.
the rank 6 videos is very similar to what
Yeah.
they do, except they're not keeping an overall tally.
okay.
Yeah, that I know of. Steve keeps track of all the scores and shit because he likes doing that. It's kind of Steve's podcast, but mostly they do beer and sports. But because we were there, they mix it up topics.
You're like, go sports.
Well, there was a sports segment that I helped initiate because we were talking about.
Well, they're talking about Quidditch or what?
No, they were talking about overrated, overpaid people in sports, and I brought up David Carr's last year of the Texans.
Yeah.
Where they fucking wouldn't block for him and fucking nothing. He was such a piece of shit by the time he left. And so I got that started. They started talking. I picked up my phone. It's like good. I contributed slightly. I'm gonna go over here and stop talking for like 25 minutes. So it's fine. Eventually we'll get Chad on doing like a sports corner because you're the only sports guy here.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if there's like yeah, well no, because if there's like sports related news and shit that might be interesting, that'd be something you could focus on if you want to.
Okay.
I'm not gonna force it on you, but
All right.
if
Sorry.
if it's an interest of yours and you want to bring it to the podcast, by all means, because I don't have enough knowledge or interest.
Nope.
But it doesn't mean I won't pay attention when you talk about it.
So now in sports, Chad.
Basically,
I watched sports
Chad-
the other night.
Chado's Sports Corner.
I did
Yeah.
watch sports.
What'd you watch?
Cricket.
Okay.
Not a
Yeah,
sport.
ladies cricket.
Ladies cricket.
Ladies, you were
India
watching.
versus China. I was bored. I was at work.
I'm amazed that in either of those countries they still practice the colonizers' sport.
Yes.
That's interesting because that is a wholly British thing
Yeah.
that was brought to both of those countries.
Cricket's
by
huge in
colonization
India. Huge.
because of that.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of people that could play cricket. They have.
They have a cricket pitch up near Brenham right now.
Why?
Yeah, it's on 290.
I stress the why.
It's the biggest one in the United States right now.
It's like the third. It's pretty easy when there's only 3 of them.
I'm thinking about heading up there and just catching a game. Because
Watch not baseball.
well, they're 5 days worth. Each day is called a test. And the scores go up,
Any game that
150,
takes
200
5 days to
something.
play is too much.
2-hour break for lunch and all.
It's D&D baseball.
Pretty much.
And you call this sports? You want me to talk about it? I don't know shit about it. So.
Cricket's not a real sport.
I don't know, it looked fun.
No, it's okay.
It looked like a game fat guys could play.
Did anybody get into a sticky wicket?
No.
Oh.
Not that I watched for like an hour. I was like, okay.
I watch rugby. At least there's some violence involved.
Yeah, my nephew plays rugby. He's it's Sam. He's one of the big heavy hitters. He's
Yeah.
6'5", just a monster.
How about croquet?
He's taken man of the match like a half dozen times.
Yeah.
Hey, he's just a bruiser.
Nice. Did they have a scrum?
Every single game.
Yes.
Yes.
There's always a scrum. That's what it's for. If there's a place for scrum, that's that. Yes. Either way, back to my trip. So the last day of my trip, went to Frederick, supposed to meet Dormammu for lunch, so I held back a little bit. And then I get out there, and I'm like, okay, where the fuck do I want to wait on him? He's got to go do a thing for his wife. It's their anniversary. He's got to go pick up a fucking thing she bought on an online auction. He said, okay, I'll be back about 1:45. I was like, good enough. I got hours to kill, right? So I drive all the way the fuck over there, which is about a 45-minute drive from Baltimore. I pick a bar called Attaboy.
Yeah, I saw your post on that one.
Yeah, pretty cool little place, not gonna lie. It felt like a lot of the places we frequent up here, little industrial park situation, and then they had like an outdoor dog parky spot.
Kind of like Martin Brothers.
I guess.
They're over in Fort Worth. You ever been?
No.
That's pretty good. Or Martin House.
No. Oh, by the way, that one of the highest rated beers that we would have had that night was a Martin House. But because Louis doesn't like sours, he gave it a super low score, fucking it up.
Asshole.
Or else it would have been the highest score there, and it was one of their. And the reason I got it is because the main ingredient was choke berries, and because he loves to, or Dante loves to choke people out. I got that. Turns out it's a really fucking solid barrel aged sour.
Yeah.
So either way, I'm already fucking dead tired. Have had zero fucking sleep. Went to bed around 3:30 in the morning. Got up around 9, I think. Technically, I didn't sleep, so I didn't really get up at any given point. Not to mention, I'd been shitting my brains out because I guess just build up over time, plus all that beer. It was like, hey, I don't know what you did yesterday, but we need to talk about it. Yeah,
Must punish you.
yeah. So I mean, I felt a lot better afterwards. So, but I mean, it was like
What is it, cleanse.
it was basically a cleanse because I used to drink a lot more than I do now. And I think it made me more regular. Like it was just part of my gut biome. And like just
regular beer shits.
yeah, but I mean, it wasn't horrendous. It was just like, okay, well, we're going to be here for another 20 minutes. And then I get out, go play on my phone for seriously? Okay. It's like I'm running out of fucking toilet paper. Thanks.
Stand up, start that. Nope, you're not done yet.
That happened several times. Like that was a non-starter types. But
what Larry the Cable Guy say? I made a poop lasagna.
yeah. Literally, yeah, pretty much. But so I get over there, have a couple beers, and I'm like, still haven't heard from Dormammu. It's like 2:30. Like, what the fuck, dude? And so I have 2 beers chilling out there. Yeah, it hasn't even changed power-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, so have 2 beers.
You definitely need to get one.
Yeah, I have my beers. I'm exhausted. I said, fuck it. I'm going to go ahead and go. I'm going to go get some food somewhere nearby. There's a food truck out back, but I was like, nah, I'm going to wait on him because even if I get food, I can wait on him to get there. There's a burger place nearby. I forgot the name of it at this point, but because I didn't make it there. Because downtown, that area, it was like any of these... It's Old Town Frederick, so it's not a new city. It's a fucking narrow streets. There's no parking anywhere unless it's like a parking garage. And I'm not dealing with all that nonsense, and it's a Saturday afternoon. I was like, fuck me, I was busy. And everything is one-way streets. So I'm trying to find my way around here, and then it's like, no, come over here. I was like, I can't go to there to fucking park, stupid Google. What the fuck are you doing? Try to take me down an alleyway. You know, like I'm sure I could have, but I wasn't going to. By the way, I was in a Chevy Trax, you know, the small SUV thing.
Yeah.
And apparently that thing doesn't have an actual radio. It's digital only. And it had no Sirius hookup.
Oh,
so
shit.
I was just going off my phone the whole time.
Well, don't we all do that anyway?
But if I'm local, I'll just put a fucking radio on if I'm just cruising, right? Whoop-de-doo. Speaking of which, everybody had fantastic music on play everywhere I went. Like, didn't have to, like, not every place has good music on. Every place I went had good music. Everywhere. I was like, cool. It's like, no bitching about anything. Except for how tired I was. So I give up on food there, and I said, fuck it. I'm going back to the other end of Frederick, closer to Bobby's, because there's a liquor store over there that I like. That's... If we did this show anywhere near that fucking store, we could do 10 new beers a week and not run out.
Nice.
They have so much fucking selection in there. Like, I've got 2 whiskey, or a whiskey and a tequila at the house that are from there, where they got to choose their own barrels and whatnot. And because I didn't feel like bringing more bottles home, I didn't buy anything while I was there, sadly. But definitely would go back there. But I went to an Italian place called Manaloo. That's right there. It already came highly recommended by Bobby. It's his favorite fucking local place for them to go as a family. Think of it like a like 5-star Olive Garden. Like just way better than your standard bullshit Italian place, right? But I was there alone, so it was already a little weird. But I got their fucking chicken parmesan because I didn't feel like going too fancy. Ate way too fucking much, but considering the day before, I was like, I probably good just to go ahead and eat now.
Give you something to work on later.
Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, so I still got hours till I need to be at Bobby's. And like I said, fuck it, I'm too tired. I'm not going to be able to make it all night long. It's like I'm not going to have people energy, you know? So I call Bobby. I'm like, hey, man, I can't make it. I'm just going to bring you the wines that I got for you. You know, shoot the shit for a minute. I got to go sleep, man. I'm too fucking tired. So I drove over to his place, which is on the way back to the hotel, so it's not a big deal. Meet up with him, give him the wines. He's like, oh, man, you didn't have to. I was like, dude, I'm coming all the way the fuck up here. I'm going to bring you something, you know?
What'd you bring him? Anything local?
Get the highest rated wines from Texas.
Okay.
You know, Kirsperol or Kirspersol, something like that. It's a very chemical sounding name or fucking, you know, something you'd see on a medical.
We usually go to the Yano winery.
Okay.
Their Sweet Red is one of my absolute favorites.
Yeah. I picked these up at Total Wine.
And then they do a good Riesling as well.
Yeah. I give them 2 different red mixes. I got the Cab Sav or whichever way that goes. And then I got the Shiraz. So I want to pick them up again because they're cheap. They're like $24. So I want to get them to taste them because they're the highest rated fucking thing I could find.
Mm-hmm.
Their like average score was like a 4.6.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So, and for that price, I was like, fuck yeah, I'll send it up there because they do a wine. Him and his wife do a wine and cheese show where they shoot the shit and talk, as a couple, like once a month. So I figured for that or for game night, it would have been good. But, I talked to him for a minute and told him I was sorry I couldn't make it too long. But I could tell he was also really fucking tired because he basically did the exact same thing the night before. He did 7 hours of drinking with a 5-hour-long podcast.
Yeah.
So he had done the same fucking thing. And then now he's expected to entertain people for a game night. And I was like, okay.
Nope, I'm out.
I could see he was literally as tired and beat as I was. I felt bad though, drive all the way or get all the way up there and not see half the people I know, But went back to the hotel and crashed immediately for 2 fucking hours. I wake up and I'm like, when am I? Literally. I even thought back to Heffy. I'm like, when am I? I was like, and the sun hadn't gone down yet, so I was even more confused.
Yeah.
I was like, and I looked at the clock and I had to read it twice.
Is it tomorrow?
Yeah, is it tomorrow? I hope not, because I have to be on a fucking plane tomorrow.
Why is the sun on the wrong side?
Yeah. If the sun was up again, I knew I was in trouble because I was supposed to be leaving before it came up.
Right.
Because the reason I couldn't do much else was I had a 6 a.m. flight, had to return the car at 4. And then boarding started at 5:25. So I went to bed early and set my alarm for 3:30. Took 2 fucking things and then once again barely fucking slept. And then I woke up and I looked at the clock and I'm like, I got 45 minutes. Fuck it. I'm going to try to go back to sleep. Managed to go back to sleep. I don't know how long. Then my alarm goes off again. And I'm in that deep sleep
It's like
mode.
you just close your eyes and it's going off.
But I'm in that deep sleep mode where my body doesn't want to do anything yet. And I have to force myself out of bed. Luckily, I had already packed everything. I just needed to take my morning meds and tuck away like my phone charger and a couple things, and I was good to
I
get
was
out the
right
door.
there when my alarm went off today.
Yeah.
Went off at noon. I grabbed my phone. See, I missed a whole bunch of text messages. Put my feet on the floor because I forgot who told me long ago, if you get a phone call or you need to get up, putting your feet on the floor will help wake you the hell up.
Yes, 100%.
So
Now-
feet on the floor. I texted you. I think I cursed you.
Yeah. Do y'all need to go get another beer?
I don't need another beer.
Okay.
Good right now.
You're good? Okay. But so I force myself out of bed, get everything together. I'm still stumbling. I get my shit together in like 15 minutes because I only have a 9-minute drive to the car return. See, very smart planning. Because the other option was I stay in Frederick the night of and then try to drive an hour to get on the fucking plane, which means getting up at like 2. And I'm like, no. And then leaving someone's house at 2 a.m., that's
Also
fucking-
having to deal with unknown traffic patterns and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, like, all I had to do was... Oh, by the way, the streets are fucking weird up there. Their roadways are totally different. They don't have feeder roads the same
Wasn't
way
Boston
we do.
built on a wagon wheels type.
All those
layout?
things are.
Yeah.
What just happened? What was that?
Someone had fun, I guess.
I guess. That was loud.
Stop that.
Yeah, stop having fun. We're doing a thing over here. But either way, I get my ass, get the car returned. No big deal. Drive it under the big-ass building. Leave the keys in it. Walk to your bus. Luckily, the bus was just loading up, so I didn't, barely miss it. Hop on the thing, and I'm like, cool. Get dropped off at the right terminal. Fucking nice and efficient. Check my bag, which clearly I didn't need to. But, fuck it. I felt like spending $40. And then they're like, okay, cool. You're in Terminal C. I was like, oh, good. Terminal C's right there. Gate 13. Okay, where's 13? All the way at the fucking end of the terminal. I was like, well, I guess I'll be awake by the time I get there.
Right.
But I will be sweaty. So it's like from where I came in to that terminal was like a fucking 15-minute walk. Maybe it's just how slow I was at that point. I was so goddamn tired, but so many people were already there because it was a normal Airbus, good sized fucking plane on the way out. And what did they do? Start playing a fucking
Getting real
movie or
dramatic.
something? Where's that coming from? Yeah. Is that? Yeah. Couldn't hear it that well because the mics are doing their job, basically. Gonna need to talk over the Last of the Mohicans for copyright purposes. But either way, get on the plane, and luckily on the flight back, I had a window seat, so I actually got to see the world. Because on the way there, it was nothing but clouds. Couldn't see fuck all. I got
You took pretty pictures of light.
took a lot of fucking pretty pictures and video, and then I got a video of us landing. Like, I actually watched the flaps unfold because I never knew that they like tuck up into the plane. I was like, oh, that's fucking cool. I'm sitting there live videoing it, watching the sky, and they're like, the fuck is going on over here? And I see these fucking doors open, and then the flaps like drop out like a fucking wing.
Wait, you didn't see the foggers activate?
No. But it was cool, and then like it was I filmed basically the entire landing because it's pretty neat. Because like it was very uneventful the first go around. We did hit some turbulence, but he came over the loudspeaker and was like, "Oh, we're gonna have a rough bit of air here for the next 20 minutes or so. Sorry, bear with us." And then like it was like, ugh. It was like,
Oh, trust
and that was it. That was the rough bit of air.
when they get bad, it's like going over potholes.
Oh, I know. We had the flight out had a couple of potholes, but like nothing.
Or the if they hit weird pockets of turbulence, and
You
you drop
drop-
500 feet.
You drop
Yeah.
1,000, drop
a few of those.
1,500 feet instantly. Yeah.
Then you pick back up. and
Your
think,
balls are
"Oh."
beside you at that point.
I don't know. I just enjoy watching everyone else lose their shit.
Yeah.
It always makes me smile.
But I was actually pretty relaxed, but I was also incredibly tired. But on the way back, I did watch a movie.
yes,
I did watch Kraven, the not Spider-Man movie.
upon seeing you post that, I decided, hell, I'll give
Yep.
it a shot.
So, did not deserve the negative criticism it got.
No.
I will say, however,
What, you watched it?
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
the acting was very stilted.
It was silly.
The chick playing Calypso can't fucking act. That was horrible.
What got me were the physics, the movie physics, the magical movie physics.
Yeah.
She's messing around with those tarot cards, and the wind's whipping all over the place, and those cards are just perfectly still sitting on that keg.
Yeah.
Magical.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. Well, also the physics of like when the rhino stops that
And there's
truck and he
so-
stays on top of it
There
instead
were
of
so
flying
many
forward.
story gaps.
There are.
You didn't see him learning. You saw a little bit of him learning about his powers.
Jesus Christ. Did they just crank the volume or what?
I think they're trying to send us a message.
It's like, hey, we're fucking recording. Turn this shit down.
But they didn't. They showed a little bit of him learning to use his new abilities.
Yeah.
But they didn't do the whole deep, Spider-Man, Iron Man deep dive into learning your new shit.
Yeah. I swear to God, they just literally cranked it up to 1 million. It's all I can hear is the fucking Last of the Mohicans theme in the
And
background.
so many story gaps.
You said that already.
I mean, one after another. It was like, okay, why? You see this? You see the rhino get completely just shut down by the psycho dad,
Yeah.
and then he just appears out of nowhere, and you don't know anything about him.
Yeah. Yeah. It didn't make any sense. Like the setup for him early on didn't make that much
And
sense.
the foreigner, you don't know shit about him.
The,
He's
the-
just
the weird guy who could use time travel or
One-
whatever the fuck he was doing didn't make any sense. No explanation. Just I got powers.
should have been called two-step.
Well, I think they were setting up for that. Whatever that doctor was who was manipulating people, that was supposed to be like the big story thing. Because even in the end, when his brother becomes,
There's going to be a second one.
no, there's not. That entire universe is dead.
Then they
Yeah,
just
it
leave
is.
it alone.
Yeah, they are.
That entire non-Spider-Man universe is dead. Even though they can bring back a lot of these guys in the multiverse, Secret Wars and whatnot. But I did like at the end where he got the fucking lion's mane vest
Yeah,
from his dad, which made no sense because his dad fucking hated him.
yeah.
So it was
He
like,
didn't hate him. He wanted to use him. But
well, he hated everything
wouldn't
that
let
didn't
him.
work for him.
his dad manipulated everything. It was all business.
Russell Crowe. Also, weird fucking role for Russell Crowe.
Works with his old fat look now.
Yeah, I think they added some fat.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that fat, personally. But I will say, like, the action was pretty good. Aaron Taylor Johnson can be good sometimes. I felt like some of the things he did were like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Some of the line reading was terrible.
There was a good line. How'd things go? The usual. Good for me, bad for them.
Yeah.
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 That was pretty good.
I did like the opening part where, like, he's in the Russian prison. Like, that whole scene was fucking
Yeah,
sick.
Good. Yeah, it was
3 days.
3
Yeah.
days. 72
days.
hours.
He was literally not even there that long.
No.
No, I wanted to.
And the big lurch-looking motherfucker was
He's
just
like
screaming.
3 days out the window in Russian, whatever that is. But that was cool. And then he left behind the guy he was imitating to get into the prison. They're like, "Oh, he's dead." No, he's not. Well, who the fuck was the other guy?
Right?
Yeah, if that was the guy. Who was that guy? I mean, like, I like the idea that the hunter is like a myth. Like, he kills people and then disappears, and nobody knows who the fuck he is.
I did like his little Fortress of Solitaire.
Yeah,
don't know. It was relaxing. I thought it was nice.
Some random
Now here's the thing.
Siberian countryside that his mom
Then
had
where did all the Cape buffaloes come from?
in Russia.
Those are native to Russia?
I feel like we went to Africa without telling us we went to Africa.
Exactly.
They were globetrotting quite a lot in that movie, but they did go from middle of nowhere Siberia to wherever the fuck. Now, I think he might have set up like a wild game preserve there, which is why when they were poaching it that one time, they're like, hey, this ain't your shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kills those guys really fucking fast, which is actually cool. I do like that he's a very imposing figure. Like, if he actually went up against Spider-Man proper, it would be a real fucking fight. Like, he had a hard time with the Rhino, realistically. If, like, you didn't have all that other shit around there, the Rhino probably...
Yeah, he just found his port
Yeah.
and shoved the tire iron in it.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you need those guts, don't you? Yeah. I mean, like, he was a good fighter, pretty fucking smart. Had been
no
trained.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Nothing.
They have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It's all good, though. But
What am I looking for?
decent movie. Didn't deserve the negative criticism it got.
Native to Russia.
Cape Buffalo, not so much.
Those looked a little small in the horn to be Cape buffaloes.
They were the big curly motherfuckers.
Yeah, but I've seen them.
Then they're just water buffalo, and I'm pretty sure they're not native to Siberia.
Yeah.
But they started out in Africa, and he kept going back to Africa.
But
for
he
things.
said that piece of property was in eastern Russia,
Yeah.
like bordering China.
You know, right there near, right near Africa, right?
Oh, yeah.
But once again, he likes animals, and he has clearly a game preserve of some sort.
Yeah, they saw that African deer
Yeah.
that he was running behind.
Do you got an answer? You could have read it.
Oh, I was like, him see it, and
Yeah.
it's called the European bison.
European bison. That's what those were.
Well, they were very, very European to be near Asia. It's not what they look like, though. Unless they got images.
Working on it.
He's working on it. Either way, decent movie. And then I watched some Big Bang Theory because the flight back was longer than the flight there. No, that wasn't it. Yeah, they were definitely some type of water buffalo.
Yeah.
But I like that idea. Like, his first kill was like, he shows up in Africa, goes out in the fucking plains, and it's like, yay, animals. They respect me. I respect them. Poachers come in, kill said animals. I kill poachers. I was like, okay, but okay.
No, that was in eastern Russia.
No, it wasn't. That was in Africa. He went back to Africa.
Is that where his...
That's when he first got his powers, left his family.
maybe.
See, I thought that, like, because she gave him the fucking vial of whatever that
'Cause
supposedly gave him powers.
I saw it sitting there in eastern Russia, and he went off into the mountains.
Yeah, but I'm talking about when he went to... He wanted to go back to Africa to figure out, well, how the fuck this happened to him, and he went back to the same plains. That's when he was young. Still young.
Okay.
Yeah. That was still when he was still Sergey. He wasn't Kraven yet. So, I mean, a lot of it didn't make sense. There was so much. They went from London. I don't think they technically went to New York, but they went from, like, London
But yeah, at the
to
end,
Africa to Russia.
The big fight, all the buffalo were just surrounded and running around.
Yeah.
Looked like turkeys around a dead animal.
Well, because it looked like he could sort of communicate with or connect with animals, but I thought he could only connect with predators. But it looks like he can intimidate non-predators. But when he's walking through the jungle with Calypso and that random fucking snow leopard comes out and attacks him, and he's like,
that was Russia.
yeah. But I'm saying that part was all like, oh, yeah.
That was weird.
Haven't seen her in a while. It's like bigger than I remember. He still beats a cat into submission and chucks it into the fucking
What
woods.
did he say? You don't hunt me, I hunt you.
Yes. That was great, though.
Yeah.
It's like, and then the cat leaves, and then later kills some motherfuckers in the woods.
Dude, when the foreigner had him down on the ground, had a gun drawn on him, I was going, where's the arrow? Wait for the arrow. Wait. Everything was
Yeah.
so predictable.
Yeah, the fact that they showed that she could shoot an arrow earlier, or she said
Didn't even
she could.
show, just talked about it.
Right through the fucking eye, though.
And she covers miles in no time.
Yeah, really. Like he's literally. How the hell did she even know where he was?
Yeah.
Well, we've established.
Well, she
she's
did
got-
see the explosions and shit.
Well, she's got like witchy powers. But the idea that he's got this hallucinogenic poison in him, and it's just okay, he'll be fine.
Pretty much.
Sure.
Here, drink this. Surge.
Give him some more power. I thought you said they didn't have any more. Well, I lied. Of course you did. So either way, decent movie.
Entertaining.
Could have been a little.
Killed the
bit
last couple hours of work. It was nice.
better. It killed the first several hours of my flight. So, and like I said, the flight back was a little bit long, but
It was longer than I expected it to be, the movie.
yeah, a little bit. But that was good for me. And also, it just kind of kept going at the end. Like, after he
was
kills his dad, it's like...
it was entertaining enough just to keep you interested.
Actually, technically, he didn't kill his dad.
Bear did.
Yeah. Which also, sure. Random bear attack. I'm sure that was set up somewhere in the previous conversation. But by the way, I'm hunting a bear. Because dad was a big game predator hunter. Yep. But you did kill the... What did they call the beast? The lion...
The
Not Lion King. They called them something.
It wasn't the Lion King.
They had a name for it, though. The massive lion that he got his powers from. Which also, what the fuck? It, like, attacks him, drags him off, and leaves him in front of Calypso. Do your thing. What? Like...
the blood from the lion dropped into his wound.
Yeah, literally. The drops into his wound, and then he gets hit with the super potion. I thought the whole point was, like, the potion doesn't do anything. You had the power in you all along. No. Dumbo. That's what I thought they were going to say. It's like, the potion was nothing. You just had powers.
No, Grandma was pretty straightforward.
Yeah, that whole exhibition dump from fucking Grandma was ridiculous. It's like, look, I'm telling you all this because you have to go find the kid and give him this stuff. And you have to remember him 25 years from now.
It'll happen soon.
When you're a lawyer, you have to remember this. You have to help him. And by the way, I'm going to teach you to make some more of this shit. And don't tell him I know how to do it. It will become incredibly useful when he's on his deathbed again. It's like, Grandma, why are you telling me all this? By the way, he will never wear shoes. Though the scene when he climbed up the fucking high rise.
The first time?
Yeah, and broke into the thing. And you'd like, who the hell?
His brother's place.
And it's his brother. I was like...
Walked in, scared the shit out of him.
Yeah, lit right out of the shower. So, I mean, there was like probably 80% really good movie.
It was an okay movie.
Yeah, the 20% that was stupid kind of hindered the rest of the 80%.
Well, silly but entertaining is the best way to... we both thought the same.
Yeah. I mean, I'd give it probably like a 6 out of 10.
It was not worth seeing. I mean, you can watch it and be entertained. Like,
I'm glad I didn't pay extra money to see it.
No.
Yeah, but I definitely would have watched it on any streaming platform, for sure.
Because I saw the trailer and was like, I kind of want to see that.
Yeah, I almost watched Moana too, but I figured I would do that when I got home with Jessica. And then we didn't do that because she decided to... Well, once we got home, took a nap and everything, she's just gone back to normal life. I was like, oh, so we're not going to spend like some quality time together after I come home and watch this cute movie together? No. Thought that was my dad for a second. I was like, why would my dad be here? He can't drive. But no, did land, was in communication with Jessica. There was a little bit of communication error because I said we were landing around 9 something, but the clock kept saying we were landing at 8 something. Very luckily, Jessica woke up at 7 and looked at her phone and went, oh, shit, okay. And so she said, all right, I'm going to get dressed and then I'll head that way soon because then it said like we're going to land like 8:30. And I'm like, can't land at 8:30. We still got 2 hours. It doesn't make any fucking sense. And I'm watching the time on the screen. It's like, okay, something's not adding up here. Of course, it's a time zone switch.
Yeah.
So it's factoring in the time of our distance, but not changing the time that it currently happens. So we got lucky that Jessica got up early when she did to come get me, or else she would have been an hour late. But it ended up being 8:15, but 9:15 on my phone because the time had never changed. So I was like, okay. So we got there eventually. And she was like remarkably happy to see me. Like started crying and shit. Yeah, hugged me really hard, started crying, and was like, wouldn't leave my fucking side like a little puppy. And I'm like, fine. I mean, she never shows affection, so I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Because she's like a cat, she only wants attention when she wants it.
Pet her 3 times or you get attacked.
No, yeah, 4th time you get bit. And then you stick your finger in the mouth and she gets upset at you. But either way, so like, yeah. And we ended up going to breakfast at House of Pies over in the Woodlands.
Good breakfast.
Dude,
Good breakfast.
I fucking ate everything on that plate so fucking fast. And then I had a slice of pie. I was like, okay.
Pie for breakfast. Nice.
I was hungry, man. I mean, at breakfast at 10 a.m., but, I was like, I guess I didn't quite. I mean, I did eat a lot in one day, but the rest of the days I really didn't eat as much.
You just drank.
Drank too much. And I was on no sleep. I'm like, we're going to get home. We're going to get everything out of the car. I'm going to take a shower, and I'm going to lay down, and we'll see when I get up. And basically, it did exactly that, and I slept for 5 fucking hours. Like, put my CPAP on.
Yeah, I wanted you to figure out what we were doing today, and you were like, "No, sleepy."
Yeah, brain not worky.
Brain not working yesterday either.
No, so that was yesterday. You're talking about the day before was not working, yes.
Yeah.
But no, because that was just yesterday. Yesterday was a very, very long day.
Yes.
Very, very long day.
Yeah, I was up all day with no nap.
I had a zombie weekend, so I completely understand your normal zombie Mondays.
Well, no nap yesterday.
Yeah. I got the one nap.
And we had Catherine's
Almost 2 naps.
wedding shower party thing we went to.
All right, you probably should have talked about that when I said, hey, what'd you do last week?
I tried to block it.
Remember when you went to the family ordeal that you were bitching about the whole time?
I had to be nice for like 2 hours.
I mean, you kind of be nice for 2 hours when we do this.
Well, but I like you.
Oh, fair point. We're not family. We're the family you choose.
That's right. So I was polite and quiet. And yeah, one thing that made us laugh, my wife's ex showed up wearing the same haircut I used to wear.
What?
The exact same haircut.
Meaning the haircut you had as in 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
maybe we'll hang out with him. We like him better.
I
with hair.
texted Amy. I said, I am so glad I fucking shaved. I said, your ex has the same haircut I did, and it looks god-awful. He looks homeless.
No, it would have been hilarious as if you left your hair and he showed up with his head shaved. It's like he's just following you.
Right?
Next time you see him, his head
At the
shaved.
wedding in a couple weeks, that'll
so-
be shaved.
So you're gonna grow your hair out a little bit, and then he'll have his head shaved. And like, wait a minute, this asshole.
But she caught my eye, pointed at my phone. She checked it and had to grab her face to keep from laughing out loud.
That's fucking great. That is fucking funny. Oh shit, man. But yeah, that was a very long fucking 4 days. Like yesterday was mostly sleeping, and then I love this.
See, you get zombie day once in a while. It's every week for me.
Yeah, I mean, I did a week's worth in 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A week's worth of drinking. Yeah.
Jesus. Okay, so just Friday alone.
Oh, more than that.
I feel the ground vibrating. Anybody else feel that?
I farted.
Still feeling it. Actually thought Chad was farting. No, Friday alone, I think technically I had 27 beers.
You fucking lush.
Yeah, but over the course of 12 hours.
God.
I used to do that in 3 hours.
Shoky was shaky. Good God.
The most I've ever done in one sitting was 54. That was over a 6-hour period.
Did you want to die?
I mean, I nearly did. That's the closest I've had to alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
No, that was a barrel-aged beer tasting followed by a regular beer tasting. And I lost track. at
Now, was that
54.
whole pints or
Fuck no. That's
Okay.
fucking
splitting them?
5 to 8 ounce pours. Those are bottle shares.
All right.
Yeah, that was the good old days when I was young and had a liver and didn't weigh 315 pounds.
Now your liver wakes up in the bed next to you crying.
This weekend it did.
What?
It's like I felt like my liver's like no.
You watched it. That's why the ex looks so bad.
Yeah.
Because he's going through liver failure.
See, what I'm wondering is if I have to do so after that amount of shit and today drinking, I have a feeling I have to go get my yearly physical tomorrow. Like on
Right.
last second notice.
You're gonna die in a week.
It's like why are all your numbers horrendous? I was like,
I had a great weekend.
listen to the podcast in 3 weeks, you'll find out. So we have the current uncut episode that's out. I've got the episode I recorded in Maryland, and then we got this episode. So I'm going to lose track of when the next one we actually have to
So
record.
we got to buy for next week,
We should have a buy for next week unless something very interesting happens that we need to talk about.
right?
So, and then Louis wants to hang out at some point again. I was like, I think I've had enough of you for a month. It's like we did two podcasts, and then we spent a weekend hanging out. It's like, I'm good.
Take your hippie hair somewhere else.
Exactly. Yeah, he can drink way too much.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Because he even said to Dante the next day, he's like, dude, I thought we were going to get wilder than that. It's like, dude, we're all fucking old. You're the oldest one. Oh, by the end of that podcast, he was 85. 'Cause every time we talked about his age, we added like 10 years.
How old is he?
55.
You sound like
No, sorry, he's 52. Sorry.
You sound like my best friend. I've known him since
Yeah.
05.
Yeah.
And he said, "Wait, you're not still 28?
Yeah.
It's every damn time."
But
I met him when I was 20.
Yeah. So at the beginning of the podcast, he was his actual age. By the end of the podcast, he was 85. Because every time we talked about it, he got older. He's like, God damn it. I was like, well, you still haven't stopped getting older. And one thing I thought was hilarious is I went to Baltimore and only heard the N-word once.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah, surprising. I would have thought I would have heard that everywhere.
Was it from you?
No. How dare you? It was from a black man.
Okay.
Yeah. It was from Dante, but it's fine. It was after all the podcasts.
Does he count as black?
Dante's very black.
Okay.
Yes. Just because he's married to a white woman doesn't make him less black.
Okay.
Yeah. He's very black. It's okay. Shout out to Dante. He's a good boy. He's a lot of fun. And I like him because even if he doesn't agree with you about something, he will actually talk things through.
That's a lost art. It really is, and it's disappointing. The one friend I've spoken about that's so liberal now, she used to be one of the most intelligent and reasonable people I've ever known.
Yeah.
And now she just won't even have a conversation anymore.
Yeah. So you should ask her about how she feels about Elon Musk rescuing those stranded NASA astronauts.
Right.
Because I legit, and I still haven't figured out if the post I saw was a troll or not. I think it was, where like people were angry because Elon Musk went around, no security clearance having fucking, look at me, billionaire Elon Musk saved the fucking guys who've been stranded on the International Space Station for 8 months.
Right.
But
I don't know. That's a lot of bonus space station time. They probably got a lot done in research and stuff like that.
yes, but their bodies also probably deteriorated quite a bit.
Yes.
Because that's why they're usually only up there on like 8-week
Yeah, they got taller.
rotations. They usually will get taller, lighter, and their muscle mass goes away.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember him mentioning like it was going to be about 6 weeks whenever he was on Rogan, and he asked him, when are you going to save those guys? So there's video of the Dragon capsule docking with the ISS and like the crew of SpaceX plus the new astronauts.
As long as he doesn't have another failure
Yeah.
of his booster.
Well, the thing is, that's only the spaceship that's blowing up.
Yeah.
So they're testing the spaceship. And the good thing is, it blowing up is great because they need to find out if shit goes wrong. And we're definitely pretending like NASA never had failures. It's like, I guarantee you,
Yeah, the
NASA,
Columbia.
it's like, yeah, but that was way after the program had existed. But when they were trying to get these big fuck off Saturn V rockets into the sky or anything else, even before that, military rockets, I guarantee you, there were massive failures all over the place. But the thing is, those were government funded, not privately funded. So SpaceX having failures and, littering giant rocket ships across the fucking Gulf of Mexico, hindering flights for a little bit. Whoops, it happens.
Did you see those the videos of the breakup? They're so
Yeah.
pretty.
Oh, it's very pretty. Except it did literally fuck up all of the airspace
Yeah.
for like 2 days. So criticism there, yes. But like the man literally made a rocket that can be reused and sent to space where NASA literally says, we don't have anything that can go in the next 10 months. It's like, those guys have been up there forever. We got to get them down. And like, Elon's like, fuck it. We can do it. We're already taking supplies up there. We'll just hook up the people capsule.
Right.
Yeah. So whoop-de-doo. We've already done it.
So they're sending it up there unmanned?
No.
Okay.
The capsule went up there with 10 fucking crew members.
Oh, wow. They're doing a swap?
Yeah. So they're doing like some SpaceX engineers and the guys who were going to swap out. So I think the engineers are coming back, or at least doing some maintenance and shit, dropping off
Hopefully, yeah.
supplies. Well, they are dropping off supplies while they're there because they were already resupplying them.
Mm-hmm.
So like they were the ones who constantly resupplying. I think even Russia helped out a little bit here and there, but fuck it, And then they said they were going to come back earlier than expected because the weather was going to be nice. So like, fuck it, we're coming back 2 days from now. We're like, oh, okay. We're expecting to stay up there for a week. I was like, they're like, come back early.
Yeah, let's
Fuck
go
it.
home.
Get these guys back to the ground. I'm like, cool. So it's just insane that people hate Elon Musk so much right now.
He has garnered so much hate so fast, and it's from such a small portion of the population.
Yep. But I love the ones that are literally like, he's an unelected official. He shouldn't be having any of these powers. It's like, you realize the people he's helped firing are all unelected.
Who was that basically got on the news and was like, hey, here's a lesson in how politics works?
Yeah.
He went on to essentially say that the only elected official in the entire government is the president that's elected by the
entire
populace.
people.
Did you see that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
The only person.
And
in
he
the
basically
government.
laid it out and said, stop it.
Yeah, because otherwise, when you're voting for your senators or your representatives, that's on a local level. That's either state or your direct local districts. The president is the only one elected at all who is elected by the populace as a whole.
Speaking of president, have you heard any of the radio ads funded by the Department of Homeland Security?
No, but I knew they were going to have
They
them.
are awesome.
Yeah?
They are basically telling the people that are here illegal to leave now,
Yeah.
or we will deport
We're
you,
coming
and
for you.
you're never going to.
We
be
talked
able to
we
come
talked
back.
about that last week.
But hearing it on the radio is
Yeah.
awesome.
So that was part of the thing that happened just this weekend, where they literally had planes loaded up going to El Salvador with the Tren de Aragua gangs. And there's a fucking judge who says, you need to turn those planes around right now and bring them back. It's illegal for the president to have sent them out of here. Like, who the fuck are you?
Did they?
What? No, they fucking unloaded those motherfuckers in El Salvador. It was like 1:30 in the afternoon. They said that 3 o'clock they landed. 4 o'clock they unloaded their motherfuckers into prisons in El Salvador. It was like, no. It's like, first of all, it's a lower court judge. And they said that basically the law that Trump was using to send them out, which was the Alien Insurrection Act, from like the 1800s. Yeah, basically it's like, look, these guys are fucking basically terrorists from another country here. Get rid of them. They're a fucking gang. We know they're a fucking gang. They're here doing gang shit on our territory. Arrest them and get rid of them. And then you got an activist, Democrat, Obama-appointed judge trying to tell the president no.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, they can file an injunction and then be like, okay, let's look at the law on this and shit. But they don't seem to understand that the president, at this point, is the head of the executive. The executive branch executes laws. The judiciary interprets the law, and the other end, the legislative, makes the law.
Yeah.
But the problem is that the fucking judicial branch has been legislating from the bench for so long, they think they are the law.
Yeah.
First of all, the executive, here's the law. This is the law that I'm doing these things under. Some judges should be able to do it, but here's the thing. The Supreme Court already gave Trump the go-ahead for a bunch of these things that he's done when it comes to some of these illegals, or removing green cards from these guys who have been like basically pro-Palestine, pro-whatever, and trying to incite anti-American rhetoric here. It's like, motherfucker, you're here on a green card. By the way, we don't need you to break the law to take away your green card. We can take it away at any given fucking point as long as we want to, and you can't do fuck all about it. And as long as it's for these reasons, we don't even need judicial review over this. We can just fucking boot your ass. So eventually, actually, that one dude that they did it to is going to be under judicial review. So I got a little cotton mouth.
Yeah, a little bit.
That was a very dry stout. So that's a problem. But on top of that, a lot of how do I rate this? There's a lot more people now being put on a terror watch list here in the U.S. because they are instigating these swattings against conservative news people or podcasters or whatever. And if you're unfamiliar with what swatting is, it's basically where you call the cops on someone else to basically say that they're holding someone hostage, they're threatening to murder someone, they have a bomb or whatever, and you need a SWAT team at their location right now to stop them. Generally speaking, this leads to them knocking in doors, having an encounter with your family or whatever, arrests possibly being made, or in the case of many cases, deadly interactions with the cops because the person has no idea what's going on, and either they get shot immediately or they try to figure out who the fuck is coming in their door and they pull a gun and they get shot.
Yeah.
Depending on the state. Let's make no bones about it. Swatting actions are for the purpose of killing that person. It is not to annoy them.
Yep.
It is not to just be a bother. You intend to have death by cop on someone you disagree with politically or on a personal basis. In this case, they're literally calling them in on conservative podcasters and news people.
Those incidents should be tried under attempted homicide.
They are. And Kash Patel, new head of the FBI, is fully investigating these things.
Dude, Cash is just a beast. I like him so much.
He's great. I will say that, like, yes, they're very slowly getting through the Epstein files, but hopefully they'll be getting some arrests sometime soon. I don't need to see the list. I just need to see the perp walk. You don't have to tell me what they did. You arrest them, I understand.
Right.
That's all that I fucking need to see. But apparently that's actually a pretty big fucking deal right now. Something like 10 different conservative guys in the last week have all been swatted. And the thing is, they're not just swatting their houses, they're getting the phone numbers and addresses of their family members and sending them after just fucking old people minding their own fucking business or people who are just related to it. And the whole point is terrorism. It's like, I don't like the fact that you can talk. I'm going to silence you no matter what. And I'm going to do it to everyone you love so that you will eventually quit. That's all they're doing.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane. You know? And the Biden administration didn't really do much when people got swatted.
They didn't do much, period.
Yep. That's why they think that the FBI is so beyond their bounds right now. It's like, oh, you mean their job? The thing they're supposed to be doing and they never did, except when it was say, hey, Trump did this thing?
Yeah.
But big news that came out today, I saw right before we went to get on the show, Trump declared Biden's pardon of Fauci and a bunch of those people
I saw that
null
this
and
morning,
void
yes.
because it was signed with an auto pen.
Yeah.
Now, that sounds great, except that sets a precedent that any president in modern day who has used some form of mechanical pen signing, their orders can all be null and void. That includes Trump himself.
I don't know. Stuff that the president needs to sign should be reviewed and signed personally by the president.
Yeah, and they're arguing that basically nothing in the last couple of years of Joe Biden's presidency has a different signature. Every signature is identical, meaning they're all digitally printed or a machine mechanically signed it, meaning he probably never reviewed it. So basically, worst case, he's saying, look, we're going to investigate this because if he used an auto pen entirely, that means the odds are he never reviewed it, never knew anything he was
Never
signing,
saw it. Yeah.
never saw it, and it wouldn't make a difference if it wasn't for the fact that his competency is already in question, right? You know? So, I mean, you do it to Biden, you're going to have to do it to everybody. But more importantly, it says, like, okay, cool. We get to investigate all you fucks now, and we can prosecute. But once again, the door's got to be open. Somebody's got to look at the laws regarding it, and then proceed. We can't just declare something and then go there. That is full-on dictatorship. We don't want that. We want to be able to follow the law to the thing. But that was crazy. That shit was crazy. I was like, what? That's like, all right. I was like, let's go.
I agree.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if you were about to sneeze or it was just a
No, just let's go.
big bear sleep.
Let's go. You agree? Let's go.
Yeah.
That's all I heard.
Okay. What? Okay.
But on top of that, the last little bit of news here was the devastating fires and storms in Oklahoma this weekend.
And Mississippi.
And Mississippi. Before that, North Carolina, I believe, had massive fucking fires.
We got a fire going in the hill country right now.
We got fire in the hill country and
Yeah, we have to
North
call
Texas.
my family and make sure they're okay over there.
Yeah.
Everything's okay right now.
I texted Trisha in Oklahoma to make sure she was okay. The winds, she showed winds from their local area. And we're talking like damn near hurricane force. Like signs fucking bent over.
Well,
and
even
shit.
down here, the wind's been going for days.
Yeah, but we didn't have a giant firestorm like normal.
Not yet.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll be okay. But I just saw that, when I got home, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Look at wildfires everywhere again.
Someone turn on the machine.
Yep. They hit the new
Get the rain machine going.
It's harp. It's the harp is set on fire. Turn it off. Turn it back to rain for a bit. The California quit being on fire and then immediately switched. But yeah, no. But what's so funny is, and I follow politics probably a bit more than you both do, but the fact that Twitter, I was scrolling Twitter while I was in the bathroom for so long on
Isn't
my
it X?
vacation. I call it Twitter. I don't give a shit. Do not care that it's called X. It's still Twitter. Dude, the disparate worlds that people live in, it's insane. So they're talking about the egg prices. Egg prices have gone down.
Yes.
There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And people were saying, no, they haven't. They're higher than they've ever been. And Trump has done nothing to bring the prices down. It completely ignoring the literal chart that had come out that day that says they are $2 cheaper than they were when Trump took office, which means they're the lowest they've been in like 8 months. And they literally could not accept the facts directly in front of their face because they hate Trump and they hate Elon so much that they won't even go to the store to acknowledge the fact that gas prices are down.
Well, it's their own willing suspension of disbelief. They are being willfully ignorant about everything around
But
them.
it's not just that. It's that psychoticness of your worldview is so set, and whatever that is, that it physically hurts you to be shown a different reality. Even though that you live in a fake reality, when you're shown true reality, you have a reaction as though it's actually pain. They've shown that, especially this Trump derangement shit that's been going on for the last few years, or people who get so much into their own particular lifestyle choices or things like that, that when they're shown true reality on stuff, they react to it as though you just stabbed them.
And the vast majority of those cases, if you'll pay close enough attention, aren't employed or are on disability or on something that gives them so much time to do anything other than focus on that hate.
And they probably have pink or purple or blue hair. Not Candida, though. She follows the news very closely.
Yeah.
Yes. But either way, that's just one of those things I saw, and I'm just like, hold on. They're literally arguing about that a chart from the people who monitor the egg prices is wrong on purpose. That Trump is a liar. He's such a liar that he's forcing the egg prices to be falsely lower. Mm-hmm. It's like, do you not buy eggs? Do you not see the cost?
Well, if they're all in California or any of those major blue states, they're going to have higher prices on everything anyway.
But they still came down across the board. Didn't matter if they're lower than they were. They may not be like $1 a piece.
I don't know what the price is. I haven't bought eggs in decades.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, the last time I went, they were definitely down. But they went from, like, in some places they were $8. Now they're down to $5.
Speaking of, I have eggs for y'all.
Okay.
Like I say, I've been getting these yard eggs. Oh, I've been good.
I mean, like, I used a couple eggs this morning for breakfast, so I'm
Like,
good.
how much do they have? No idea. I haven't known for a couple of months.
For real?
I don't know.
Well, like I said, I bought the 18-pack for like $8 a few weeks ago. So, I mean, like, they were up there.
Dude, I made a deviled egg spread, and it's been fantastic on toast, tortillas, whatever.
Okay.
It's been awesome.
That's why I've been farting so much.
Yeah.
The humanity. Oh, the huge manatees.
Poor River. She's stuck in the car.
Yeah, I was
with me all
literally going to
night.
say, poor witch dog have to be in the van.
I
with
don't
me
know.
all night.
She returns fire.
That's fair. That is fair. So you guys got anything else?
Yeah,
That's
no.
all I had in the list for today.
Nope.
I know it's mostly me ranting about my trip, but
Yep.
it's okay.
Nope, Hefe need more sleep.
Oh, I forgot. You guys don't know. You weren't there. We have a new offender.
We do.
Dante is now in the offenders.
Nice.
So that means we've got two new offenders in the last couple of weeks. So that's awesome. So we got Louis now and Dante. But Dante and I was gonna get Dormammu, but once again didn't get a chance to catch up.
Okay.
But I do know that Mike said at some point he wants to come back on, so I might do a special episode where it's like some of the old crew,
Cool.
and you guys can have the day off.
Another bye week.
Yep.
Sleepy.
Yeah, because Mike wants to come on for whatever reason, and then he could tell us the state of Canada. Literally. Hey, how's the state of Canada going?
Just keep beating that one into the ground.
Trump is insisting that it will be part of the United States, and goddamn, they're getting so mad.
We'll let you keep your beautiful, beautiful anthem. We'll never take that away from you.
We're going to add "In Trump We Trust" to the end of it. Could you just imagine if he actually makes it happen?
Instead of God Save the Queen, in Trump we trust.
Yeah, there you go. Just imagine Quebec losing their mind constantly.
Yep.
Yeah, those motherfuckers.
Don't like the words,
Alberta will literally just be flying the U.S. flag everywhere. But you know what's weird? That would be the first time that we see a new star get added in our lifetime.
Be a funny looking flag then.
Yeah, 51. Because we just
They'll
added.
start dropping stars in stars.
Yeah, because we've only done territories. We haven't done states
Nope.
since Hawaii. You know, Hawaii and Alaska were the last ones. So that would be interesting. Yeah, actually, stars inside of stars would be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be.
Like, because we add every province separately.
Hey, did you see a blue star instead of the white star?
No,
Start in the
don't
middle.
make it blue. Make it red.
Start in the middle, work your way out.
Yeah.
That'd look good, actually.
Start color coding the stars according to which way the states lean.
The state of Cuba.
Oh, if we could take over Cuba, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Except they're used to communism, so I'm not sure how much they would like freedom.
Yeah.
Much like Canada. They're so used to socialism and communism, I don't know if they'd be okay with actual true freedoms. You know? Oh, well. But that's perfectly good. We got people running around over here screaming and kicking and whatnot, so.
We got a sleepy me.
Yeah, we got a sleepy Heffy and a bored Chad.
No, I'm here.
Yeah.
No, you look bored.
Yeah, you look bored.
Y'all did most of the talking, so
You want to talk sports?
No, we're not really.
Okay.
What, no cricket?
Bring some sports next week if you want, because some baseball's about to start, right?
Yeah, opening day's coming up.
Oh yeah,
Spaceball?
Spaceball. Yeah.
baseball.
Nice.
Yeah, I knew it was coming up. By the way, when I was at the restaurant that morning, there was a baseball team catching food right before they left. I couldn't tell what team it was. They were like off in the side area, but I was like, "It's a big fuck off bus." And then I saw like a whole bunch of baseball uniforms. I was like,
Wasn't the Orioles?
"No, it definitely wasn't the Orioles because they were down in Florida." But I was like, "What team is this?" It was like it probably was a college team,
Or one of their minor teams.
it could have been a minor league team because they would also be traveling very short for a bus. But it was either an out-of-town team or a team literally about to hit the road.
The only thing big right now is March Madness basketball.
Yeah.
The only thing I can say about that is U of H won their Big 12 championship, so they're now into the big tournament.
That's cool.
Good.
Watch any of those games or you
Yeah.
just following it?
I've been watching.
All right. Who did they play last bit of the tournament? Or is this leading up to the tournament?
That was leading up to the tournament.
Okay.
They finally had the Big 12 tournament. They won the championship. Now they're going in as a top seed for the bracket.
Oh, okay. I don't know how any of that works.
I don't either. But
Now that I realize, like, I don't think I've ever paid attention to how that shits work.
so
I mean, Big 12, I get that. That makes sense. But yeah, I didn't know how the NCAA championships go. Interesting.
So how they're set up now, I don't know where they're going to be, but yeah, they're in it, and they're one of the
Because they got to
top
do
dogs.
the bracket,
Yep.
basically. Then they do random assignments are usually for those things, or they...
Yeah, they had all the other tournaments going on, so I guess whoever wins that tournament is how they're going to be
They start filling in
assigned.
the blanks
Yes,
as the
exactly.
winnings go down.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. Actually, I look forward to you talking sports so I can learn something I don't know about. Even if it's just news or opinions, I don't care. Something I don't know.
But the one thing that, if you haven't looked at it yet, I know you're probably not much on the big basketball right now,
Uh-huh.
but if you go to when they were actually playing the Big 12 tournament, check out their court. Oh my God, it's horrendous.
What do you
Really?
mean?
Instead of just a normal wooden floor and everything,
Yeah.
it was the Roman numerals 12.
Oh,
but
God.
Throughout the whole court. I mean, it's all over. It was
Like the floor just has
floor
X,
is
X, I,
yes,
everywhere
all over
as a
it.
pattern.
And of course, they have the sponsors and everything for the game. And
So it looks like
It
It was
NASCAR.
just a mess.
it was a mess compared to some of the other ones that are out there. I mean, it was just, we were like, okay, is that projected? Because we've talked about that before.
Well, we talked about that where they had some of the practice courts have
Yeah.
the shit below
And
it.
actually, I had to look at it. I was like, man, that looks kind of like projected because the way they got the sponsors and everything on
Yeah.
there. No.
Well, because they could also project the wood grain. You
Yeah.
would never know.
But this was legit.
They're literally walking on a
Whole
screen.
court and everything like that was. I was like, God, they got to change this up.
Yeah, it's just hideous looking.
Yes.
I hate that. Non-aesthetic bullshit. Interesting though. Wouldn't have known that. So yeah, definitely bring some news shit because we know nothing about it. We know like that much. We know how games are played.
We know they exist.
We know there are teams.
Yay,
there are
sports.
things. Yay sports by all means. We could have the Chad Yay Sports Corner.
Go sports.
Go sports ball.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, but that's
I'll
cool.
do my best.
Yeah, next week. Bring something. That'd be cool.
Okay.
By all means,
I'm
especially
s-
with baseball coming in and basketball kind of wrapping up.
I'm slowly working through that book by Nora Vincent,
Oh yeah,
and it's hard to get through.
I bet.
It,
I told you to watch like 7 YouTube videos instead.
no, I'm 30 minutes a night. I'm easing through it.
Like
That's
she,
about all
like
I
she
can
was.
stand.
For anybody who doesn't remember, because it's sort of a couple weeks on, that was the book about the woman who pretended to be a man for 18 months and then decided it was not worth trying to be a man because it sucks.
Pretty much.
Being a man sucks. Why does anybody choose to do this? We don't choose. We just are.
Oh, if I can make myself do it, I'll do a deep dive here in a few
Oh yeah,
weeks.
show us this court. Oh my God, that's what it looked like.
Yep.
That doesn't look real.
That's
There's
what
no
I said.
shadows.
That's what I said. It looked like a.
That looks like some shit you'd see in the. That looks like a
That
video
looks
game.
like the damn video game.
It looks
Yeah.
like a
NBA
video
Jam.
game. Is there footage of it or just? Well, remember like the hockey games. Remember the border of the hockey rink is animated for us, but not a. That's got to be fake. There's no way they
It-
covered that whole.
The whole
tile.
court was like that.
It's got to be fake.
They did it for the women's, then they changed it up for the men's.
It's got to be fake because how would you do that other than one giant rollout thing? Because it's not the flooring. It's not literally the flooring. That would cost millions of dollars. Like, I'm not saying they didn't do it. I'm saying I think it's that screen thing we talked about.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut into what you were
No,
talking
you're
about.
good.
Looking here.
I'm just trying not to
He's trying to stay awake right now.
have an accident.
Oh.
Which one?
Both.
Go to the bathroom.
Fine, wrap this up. Okay, bye.
Yeah, Heffy has to piss and or shit in both, and Chad was showing me this thing. So either way, we will wrap it right there. We're already at 2 hours and 14 minutes. Hopefully, that's what the thing says, but I think technically we're higher than that. I think we're 2.5. Either way, so guys, make sure to do like and subscribe thingy. Go ahead and check out all our socials and whatever, and the links down below. And of course, support this show by all means. And we're gonna go pack all this stuff up, and we'll maybe have another beer before we go our separate ways, because we still got plenty of time, right? It's like,
Yeah, we do.
We normally wrap around 4. It is happy St. Paddy's Day to everybody out there. I know technically it's a couple weeks late for y'all listening, but that's what we be doing over here. It is that day for us. So, and with that,
Okay, bye.